Welcome to another wonderful week of Dungeons and Dungeons. We pick up inside the Siege of Waterdeep. Last week, you uncovered the secret sanctuary of Asmodeus inside the Castle Lantern residence. You ended up getting Blackstaff involved, the Grey Hand. They all stormed the residence only to find... I'm not going to because I feel like I have to talk faster to keep up with the music. To find that the entirety of the party was sacrificed from some nefarious deal with Asmodeus. You found Victorio Castellantern giving up at the altar once you guys searched the premises to see what was going down in Chinatown, even though there's no Chinatown in this world. You arrested him, and as you guys were leaving, you ended up experiencing an explosion of the highest tower inside Waterdeep. The city began to go ablaze around 2 a.m, and smoke was shooting into the sky as a mist covered the streets. Engaging in combat, 3 of the wolf pack came toward, 1 towards Blackstaff, 2 towards your group, and 1 went off to fight L'Oreal. And you guys were currently involved in serious combat against 3 of the wolf pack at this very moment. That is where we will pick up with this week, starting with Ignatius's turn after a devastating barrage of shadow arrows that hit Tyrion. Thankfully, his necrotic resistance kept him alive. Charnook has already gone down once in this fight, but been revived by Teleus and a death ward from Blackstaff. I meant Ignatius. Ignatius also has a death ward available to him, Zach, so make sure you keep that in mind for whoever might be getting low on points. Probably yourself. Okay, and it will pick up with Ignatius. Now we hit the music. Tyrion is... Yeah, well, that's why I took it.
Is Ignatius currently engaged with someone?
He's near, but it looks like he's only 5 feet away. He didn't fight the wolf yet. Who's right now flanking? Well, what was once flanking was Teleus and Charnook, but the Cobalt Wolf on his turn moved out of flanking, so he wouldn't be flanked. But he stayed within combat range, so you guys couldn't get an attack of opportunity. Yes, you counterspelled somebody. Your turn's coming up, though, so...
So what he's going to do is he's
Okay.
So that it is going to be some healing for you. That's going to be 10 healing per Tyrion.
Okay.
And then he's going to use his action to engage with the wolf pack that is nearest him in a flanking position if possible.
5, 10, 15, 20. He could use 25 feet of his movement to try and flank around. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get behind the horse. Now he's 3 sides, attacking on 3 sides.
Okay, so he's going to use his action to attack with his spell blade.
Okay.
That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Hits.
Alright, so that's probably a special stuff. Oh, sure, that was funny. So that is going to be 6 piercing and 10 lightning damage. And he's going to expend a superiority die.
Okay.
Do something. Because he can.
So he should.
That's
Okay.
And he's going to allow Tyrion to use. Oh wait, no. Tyrion already used his reaction. He's going to allow Tellius to use his reaction to move up to have its speed over opportunity attacks from the target of my attack. So the guy he just hit can't hit Tellius.
He can.
Tellius can move at his speed.
Okay.
What can I do?
You can move. Run.
I guess he uses reaction, correct?
Yes, that is right.
Why would I run? I'm super unhurt.
Yeah, actually, Tellius is one of the only ones that is like
I am
unhurt.
like super not hurt right now.
Can you run?
What's the situation here? I'll just try to move into a flanking position as best I can around the guy I'm already sort of with.
I don't know how you can get more flanking because what's his name's already flanking. It's at the back. Are you just so you meet him on the front?
Sure.
All three of you guys are like on him.
Yeah, like this guy is not getting away.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, and that is Ignatius' turn.
Cool. It is now Salem's turn. He has a higher dex than Tyrion. He will.
Wait, that's surprising.
Wait, what is Tyrion's dex? Are you serious?
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right.
That was a jealous joke.
Yeah, okay. So he will probably just do some attacks. So where's Salem right now? He was gonna go help you, but then he went over toward the individual that is restrained right now. Restrained. Speed reduces 0 disadvantage on attack rolls and dexterity saving throws. Attackers have advantage. So he's gonna try and take 2 stabs against the kobold that's caught in the net. So that will be an action. He will mutter his word to turn his sword on with his bonus action. So one sword goes a blade. What's that?
He turned that on last.
Yeah, but he didn't keep it on. He turned it on during the fight. You don't keep a flaming sword on during the Asmodeus fight. So he has to return that on, and then he'll attack with the 2 of them. First one's at advantage. That is. Their AC doesn't go down when they're restrained. So yeah, the first one just hits the armor. It's only a 15. And the second one, that'll hit. And that is a 20 something. So that hits, and that will do just normal damage, sadly. That is 5 points of slashing damage to the one on the ground. He will turn the other sword on next round. Okay, but that now actually has damage on it, so that's cool. So that was his bonus action, that was his action, his movement. Put him right next to it. It is now Tyrion's turn.
Alright. So, question.
Yeah.
Because I definitely saw that the guy who's on the roof, he moved into a shadow and disappeared, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna look him in the eyes up on the roof,
Yep.
clasp my hands together and point to the ground. This little line of orange glow kind of travels from me all the way up, lines up along the edge of that building facing inward, and this wall of fire shoots up.
Yeah. Where's my box full of wall fires?
So he is now engulfed in opaque flames.
Is it the circular one, like circle around him, fire on the inside you're describing?
I was gonna do a wall just like lining the outside of the like the outer edge of the building.
Cool.
Excellent.
It's facing inward.
So tactical.
So it should also be ignited, so he can't see through it, and it also should be igniting everything inside that building in light.
But he can see through it because he's different.
Nope. Not
Okay,
him.
good.
Ragnorm, maybe.
Oh, see, not him.
Ragnar, maybe. Actually, probably. He has True Sight. Can True Sight see through OPEC stuff and all that?
I mean, up to the range of True Sight.
Sure. Okay.
Fucking
Doesn't
Ragnar.
True Sight see through like another
It sees
dimension?
through everything.
Like everything.
Yeah.
Like
Like-
the ethereal plane.
Okay, that's
for,
right.
Yeah, like dimensions, basically.
Yeah. I like how Critical Role.
I can see the demons.
How they spin different quantities. Okay. So that's on fire, as you beautifully described. The fire goes off. How much damage?
So it'll be, he has to make a dex save.
All right. Let me read his stat block so I can see if he has any advantage on this stuff. I don't think so. I just think he has high dex. Yeah, he just has high dex. 25.
25, so he succeeds on the save.
But it'll take half damage.
Does he have evasion? It sounds like a rogue.
This one actually is a rogue. Yeah, you did point that
Of
out.
course. So he just.
Namely,
uses
dodge
his
out of the
sword.
way of area effects such as the ice storm speed. When you subject to effect allows you to make your dex saving throw to take only half damage. You instead take no damage. Yeah, that's the only one that's a rogue. That's why he's on top of roofs and doing stuff.
That's
Okay.
what I
Yeah,
thought.
whatever.
So
Yeah.
he doesn't take any damage, but he is engulfed in these flames at the moment.
Woo!
The entire roof is lit up like a.
Nice, and you know where he's at. I really like that idea of just the erupting flame on this house during the night as all the flames are going out and about. The fighting's going on in the background between the two warring factions, and you're getting these long shadows in the night casting onto the cobblestone pavement. Cool.
Long shadows, you say?
Jesus.
This place is just completely open, right?
Yeah,
There's nothing.
yeah.
Hide behind me.
It's the streets, so.
Yeah.
Keep it off the streets.
Keep it off the streets.
I'm gonna move towards that orangish building, kind of next to the Cobalt Wolf.
The orangest building next to the cobalt.
Or not orangish, but like tannish.
Yeah, this guy.
that one
This is
that
on
you
fire at the moment, but yes.
Oh.
This is one of the
Yeah, I'm
towers.
just gonna move in that direction to get a little bit further away from the archer.
These are all allies, by the way, in this area. These are all
Okay.
Waterdeep soldiers fighting this way, but also not really part of the battle, so we don't have to worry about
Hey,
it.
how close is Tyrion to me?
At the moment, well, here, before he moved, he was 5, 10, 15 feet.
I'm gonna move kind of diagonal, so
5,
Like-
10, 15 diagonal, or somewhere else?
let's do
Oh, that's-
another 10 feet towards the building, or another 5 feet towards the building.
5 feet will get you onto the sidewalk.
So how about now?
5, 10, 15 still, actually. Triangles.
Okay. Alright, thank you.
And that's where I will hang out.
Okay, one of the Kobold, the one on the horse is going to use his legendary action, and I need, how about
Do it.
Charnook?
It's always true.
Well, he's spinning. Oh no, he's poison. I'll do Tellius. You're right, because he's poisoned.
Right in front of his face.
Yeah.
Concentrating my
Thank you. I'll put a ring on that. Concentrating on the wall of fire. Give me a Constitution saving throw, Tellius. You should be pretty good at those.
You got it, homie.
You can do it.
I don't know if this is good or bad, actually. Constitution, you say?
Yeah.
18.
Good enough. You take
Surprisingly, +6.
3 fire damage as those hands you saw before come out of the ground, these fiendish things, and they just burn onto Tellius. But your blessings of Halal are able to keep the fires of these fiends from hurting you too harshly.
Excellent.
It is now Charnook's turn, then Orhana, then Tellius, then Flam.
Right.
Excellent.
I'm feeling great right now. We'll just go right, use the abilities to attack this guy.
Go for it. And remember, you are poisoned, so you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay, so those two rolls. So those will I rolled a 19 and 18. So that's 90 each, so 27.
27? Jesus. Yeah, both those hit.
Well, that would be one.
Oh,
That's probably going to miss to 13.
Yes. So on the first attack, you start to feel the poison going through your body, but you can use your absolute rage to stay focused, and you land the first attack, buckling in some of the cobalt armor. On your second attack, that's when you really start swaying a bit. You start feeling the exhaustion of this fight, of the long night, and something pulsing through your veins is throwing you, causing your sword to go wide.
Oh, man, that's awful. I've got 16 slashing damage, or piercing damage, rather, and then 5 cold damage.
Say it again, I'm sorry. I just got a text message asking me if I vote for President Trump from some person. That's fucking annoying, and I'm almost enraged to have a random person text me that. What did you say?
16 piercing.
16 piercing.
And 5 cold.
And 5 cold. Okay, so that would be... and 5 cold. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, disadvantage on attacks that aren't against me.
Oh, I remember that.
That is dumb.
Okay. Orhana, it is your go. Then Tullius.
Alright, so is it that there's just one person on the roof?
Yes. Right now, one person's sitting on the roof.
Okay, because I was on the roof too last time.
What?
So, only on the roof. I took people out from up
You shot at people on the roof.
Yeah, you were on the streets with me and shot at that guy.
Yeah,
We
you,
tracked him with our eyeballs.
up onto the roof.
say that again?
Okay, whatever.
You were up upstairs back in the mansion.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
No. This was
Okay.
like 9 years
Maybe I missed it last time. It's very possible. So what would you like to do this time then?
there was one person that I like. So I'm gonna just it's up.
Okay. You go for it.
Oh, that's
Alright, I'm pretty sure there's on this. So 2 of them are 12 to hit.
Yep, both miss.
Yep, and the last one is 15 to hit.
Miss. So as you shoot your arrows, the flames coming from Tyrion's wall of fire right now are obstructing your view, and you're just barely missing the Cobalt soldier on the roof that's trying to dodge between the flames and try and get back and not be burned by all this. Do you have anything else you can do?
I'm not
Okay. Do you want to move anywhere, or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. Tellius, it is your turn, and Orhana is right here next to Flama at the moment. That's Orhana, Flama, Tellius.
I'm going to use my last 5th level spell slot
Okay.
and cast something helpful.
Okay.
Called, Mask Heal Wounds.
Okay.
Who's in a 30-foot radius to me?
15, 5. So every 1, 2, 3, the entire party.
I can target 6 people, so
1, 2, 3, 4.
who looks the unhappiest?
Right now, probably me and Charnuk.
Charnuk, Tyrion, Flama for sure. And then
Okay.
then I think Ignatius and then Orhana is pretty high on her health right now, if
But
not
that's
at
6
full.
people though, anyway, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5, unless you want to
Oh.
include yourself.
I'll include myself just to get the max value, you know?
Yeah. I'll go heal Flama.
Try to channel some blessings from Hoel. Mutter some phrases. I don't know. What bad mutter?
Tester.
Alright. Please save us, you're gracious. Halal. I promise you, I will not fall.
Oh,
Alright, so I'll cast that. It says 3d8 plus 4 healing. So it's gonna be. Wow, I rolled 2 1s and a 2. That is very great.
Oof.
You're welcome, guys. Yeah, 8 healing for everyone. Yeah.
Woo!
It's something.
Yep.
Yeah, it's something. All right. Glad I used a 5th level spell slot to do 8 healing. Anyway.
On the
Oh, you did like 48 healing, so that's good.
out of the ground, ice comes at your feet and travels up your bodies, but not like completely encasing you in ice. And what should feel freezing cold feels warm, and you feel some of your wounds start to close. And you hear Tullius in your mind, That was
Nice
a good start. You'll get there. All right.
And then as a bonus action, I will. Where's Chonuk?
He is 5 feet to the left of you. Poisoned and damaged.
Actually, hey, Jackin, Elfie guy.
Yeah.
Hey, your sword's play is quite nice, my friend. Mind teaching me after this is all said and done?
I'd love to if we get through this.
I promise you will. And that'll be an inspiration.
Nice. All right. Okay.
I'm playing with my old character.
Yeah. I'm playing with myself, Mom.
What's up?
All right.
Now my turn. I'm gonna just stay there and try to drop.
Flama is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can't quite make that. So go 5, 10, 15 to the Cobalt. He's completely surrounded, and he will take 2 normal attacks. Oh, nice! Doesn't have to use that inspiration die. A 19 and an 18. Killing it. And he's also has his sword in super gross mode right now. So let's have
Super
fun.
gross mode!
So that would be... He actually gets the extra. Here we go. Is that a spell to cast? Booming Blade.
Blade. You just have to make an attack with it.
Yeah. Here we go. So...
Casting that spell is part of your attack.
Nice. So that is 8, 16, 19, 24, 24 points of slashing, thunder, and radiant damage. Just a whole big mess of shit there. Then he's got to do a con saving throw. Oh, that's right. His to hit is going up every time we do this as well.
If I remember correctly, though, Reed,
Yeah.
if you use Booming Blade as your attack, you can't like take an extra attack on your attack action. If that makes any sense.
It is a cantrip, though. It says.
It is.
It's casting a spell, not the attack action.
Can't you cast a spell as a bonus action, or is that
As a bonus action,
I think-
but otherwise, no.
Yeah.
as a who?
If the casting time is one action, then it's an action,
Yeah.
Unless you have something that determines it not to.
like a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So then we'll just do the con save for the wolf. That saves 20 plus. Okay.
Classic.
All right. So that's gonna be yeah.
Blade. So you do the attack, and then no initial effect happens.
Let me go to this spell. Booming Blade.
Moving Blade's weird.
As part of an action, you cast a spell. You must make a melee attack with one creature within spell's range, otherwise the spell fails. On the hit, the target suffers the attack normal effects and it becomes seethed in booming energy until the start of your next turn.
And then when it moves.
And when it moves, it takes 1d8 thunder damage, and the spell ends.
He's cornered, so unless he jumps over our heads.
I will give him 6 health, and you guys will remind me about Booming Blade
Yeah.
when he moves.
It's like, don't move.
Gotcha.
Shoot.
You would still take a melee attack with
Yes.
Yeah, I still gave him all the other modifiers and hits from the Blade of Righteous Dawn. All right, top of the order. As the wolves see all this damage coming, this seriousness comes over their faces that is masked in their helmets. And before they have a chance to make their move, 2 arrows fly out of a building into the one on top of the roof.
Ooh.
It's safe.
Oh, it totally is.
Wow, that's what I said it! And then he showed up. He's everywhere. Hi.
Zeph,
Hi.
go ahead and roll your attacks.
Hooray!
He's here.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, shit. So, let's go.
Yes.
Do you see the super intense music in chat as well? You should definitely hit that up when you get all settled, Luke.
It's almost too intense, some would say.
I disagree.
I feel like I've been more than me. It's crazy.
You should. And now Luke is panicking to figure out the mute button.
He's like, ah!
My moment!
Because your microphone's kind of high. Does that like mute it?
Does?
Ah! There you are.
Yeah. A lot of the time, so you put it up like, and that means usually when it's here, it's fine. But,
Okay, yeah, my microphone did the same thing.
yeah.
And I don't know if you can see the previous link, so I'll post it again. That is...
The
music.
That is the S. Scott Grandier music.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you missed a lot.
I told him. I talked with him.
Oh, good.
Here we go!
Things are bad.
That's fine. Kill it.
So what happened in the previous rounds? Or the previous round?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
A guy shot me and almost killed me, the guy that you're shooting at right now.
Yeah, yep.
In retaliation, I threw a wall of fire in his face, because he can morph through shadows like you.
Okay.
And then the other wolf pack member is getting gangbanged by the rest of the party.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. So I'll just shoot that guy. That's 19.
To hit?
Yeah.
Nope. Oh. You just barely miss. The fire's obscuring your eyes. The arrow gets caught in the fires.
That's the 19 or
The 19. What's the second attack?
28.
That hits easily.
And then 20.
And that hits.
So that is...
Oh boy, here it comes. I haven't felt this in a long time.
The extermination.
Oh jeez.
I assume I have sneak attack.
Let me think. I would say yes, because you are hiding inside a building that is covered in darkness, so he would not know you're there, since if you're in darkness, you're completely hidden because of your class feat.
Much sneaky.
Kill it.
This would have to be a super fucking shot to kill it. I'm putting that out there, but I don't put it past you. Because they didn't do too much damage to this one.
Kill it anyway.
Kill it anyway. He would have to have like a near perfect shot. He could kill it if he had his perfect maxed out bullshit, but we'll see.
That is 34.
Nice! For the first or both? Okay. God dang
I
it.
feel you, dude.
All right. That would be that number and that number. So the arrows go into the Cobalt Wolf soldier, and he looks off. Now that you've been, everyone has found him. There's fires encased around him. How far does that go around the building, Tyrion?
It probably goes around the entirety of the building.
That's what I thought.
It's 60 feet in length.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the entire building is engulfed by Tyrion's fires right now.
And it's 10 feet inwards from each wall.
Okay.
So probably the entire room.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll. So nearly from the existence of time, Zeph goes back into the shadows. You guys swear you saw him there, but now in your recent memory, your short-term memory, you're like, did I just hallucinate that? Is he actually there? I don't know. That seems strange. I mean, he was following us from the party, and he was on the roof. Whatever. All right. All right. It is now the Wolfpack's turn. One of them is going to try. I'm pretty sure they're just the one that is in the net is restrained. Speed is reduced to 0. Disadvantage attack and saving rolls. So it has to try and escape. It'll do a probably a strength check to try and escape at disadvantage. Fails miserably. Okay, great. Still on brand. Thanks, disadvantage. The one that is engaged by everybody right now is going to attack Tullius, and he will do that. He'll do
You will, Mike?
3 attacks against Tullius.
Oh, it doesn't.
JK, first attack against Charnook. All right. 3 at disadvantage against Tullius. So I gotta actually, I'll put those this way. I cut down to my D20s. What a fool I was.
You silly.
So that is 26 to hit on the first one.
Oh, yeah.
That is 23 on the second one.
Yeah.
Natural 20 and 18. So the nat 20 doesn't work. It's just a 32.
Oh, it doesn't hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all those hit.
You're into all this damage.
Nice.
Oh, really? That's good.
So then his damage is over here. And
Kill me.
careful what you wish for. 24 slashing.
I'm going to go ahead and use my reaction to Spirit Field.
Okay. So
Honestly, I can handle it. It's fine. I'm not full health.
Yeah, but you're about to take like a big shot.
yeah.
It's fine.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's you can do whatever you want. It's a game. You can ignore him. Jellies can bitch all he wants. It's your reaction. All right, so the first one was 23, halved because of the resistance that Charnu gives you for whatever, and then he's also going to use his Spirit Guardian to do it too.
I'm going to Spirit Shield. I need to get another D6.
Okay, so it's 11.
By 12.
You take none. 0 damage from the first one, though you still have to make your con saving throw. And then that is 12 on the next, well, first con save. 16, you're okay. You're fine. There's ice of Halal guards you from the poisons of the blade. The next one is a 11 points of slashing damage, halved to 5.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Make a con, 5 and make a con save again.
Blah, blah, blah. 16 again. Wow.
So you're good. The next one is 7 points. It's 14. Halved would be 7 points of slashing damage.
Yeah. So, fun fact, I also have the heavy armor master feat. So,
Oh.
while I'm wearing heavy armor, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage I take from non-magical weapons is reduced by 3.
It is magical weapon.
I figured it was magical. I just wanted to
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm glad you did. Okay. Then he's going to action surge, and he's going to make 1 attack against all 3 people, the other 3 people surrounding him.
Okay.
First against Charnook.
Bring it.
That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
All right. What else for your poison? Just disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So then he will roll his dice here to mess up your life.
It's gonna hurt. Can't wait.
That is, oh wow! I was rolling solo with Tullius with Charnook. That's 24 points of slashing damage.
I am unconscious.
All right. As he cuts down Charnook, the horse, you can hear the clacking of the hooves.
Relentless Raid on that one.
Oh, Charnook falls to the ground. And through his anger, he's smashing his hands on the ground, gets back up and gives a bellowing war into the face of the Cobalt soldier here that is turning and slashing one at Charnook. Now he's slashing one at Flamma. Let's see if he can hit Flamma.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it hits. That's a 19, 30 something, 33. So then that will be...
So plus 14 to hit, good to know.
Yeah, 16, 20, 23 points of slashing damage to Flamma.
No, my little character, no.
23 damage. He has to make a con saving throw.
Good thing I left him.
He fails his con save, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Nah, he passes.
It's a 6 plus...
He's gonna use a legendary resistance.
Where's con? 7. 6 and 7 is 13. Nope.
He's gonna evolve and transform.
He's poisoned. He's poisoned. You guys play by the same rules. And Ignatius is gonna get attacked for 23.
Yeah, that hits him.
Hey, you could have used the inspiration on his snake, by the way.
Oh! I will. Let me, yeah. You're playing your character, I see. That would be 3 to get him to the 16, you little bitch. He is not poisoned. Nice job, saving Flamma. Ruining my plans. Regardless, Ignatius gets a whopping 24 points of slashing damage and must make a con saving throw.
You know why?
He should be.
His con save is a 14.
Poison!
You said it was 21 damage?
24
24 damage.
slashing.
Trashing.
24 slashing damage. Okay.
With barely any shadows, the other Cobalt is going to jump through the fires, Tyrion. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Another deck save.
Okay. Natural 20.
That's
God.
Oh wait, actually, it's
Doesn't
only
just
when
take-
it's only when it appears. So when he moves through the fire, yeah.
I'm gonna say that's impossible.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So I just
Literally in the fire.
so you just wasted a
Fucking
natural
not
20 on
take
him.
any damage.
You annoy me.
Dodge.
All right. I was confusing myself.
All right.
This fucking music, dude.
I love it.
Such Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
He takes 26 fire damage.
Nice. All right.
Kill it.
No, he's looking fine.
Of course he is.
The one you guys are surrounding is not looking fine at all. He's looking rough. And the one that's incapacitated is just, it's fine, but getting wailed on like a nerd.
Give me your lunch money.
Okay, Tyrion, that's a natural 20 against you to attack.
That'll definitely hit.
That's
Tyrion.
29 for Ohana, 22 on Ohana as he's splitting 2 of the attacks. So let's get his rolls in.
It's nice having Tyrion.
See you later.
Low roll, so that sucks. Oh, 6. 19 points. Fuck me, man. 19 points of slashing damage. Oh, I probably could have rerolled ones, but whatever. The blessings are on you. Piercing. As another arrow hits into you, make a concentration check. You just got to beat 10. You're good. All good.
As a reaction, I'm casting Hellish Rebuke at him.
How far is the range on Hellish Rebuke?
60 feet.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
Wow. You beyond that.
And then,
So he makes it's another dex save for
okay. 23, I believe.
so
Yeah, 23.
I should try.
You did.
Isn't it take half damage?
It would, but he's evasion and it's a dex save.
He can just use evasion every time he does that.
Evasion, yeah, evasion is just a consistent thing. It makes makes rogues super tanky.
You can't do it
Gross.
like when you pretend.
Yeah, no, it's just a feature. It's not like an action or...
It's a passive effect. It's not a reaction.
That's gross.
That is...
Yeah, it is gross.
Why do you think Ares so hard
Yep.
to hit with magic?
Yep.
Yeah.
Orhana, this is 21 points piercing damage against you. And 17 points piercing damage against you. 21 and 17. Okay. It is now Ignatius's turn.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
Yeah, it is you.
He's gonna bonus action healing word first level at let's see, how's Tyrion doing?
Charduk's at death's door. Tyrion is approaching.
Okay, so he's gonna keep Tyrion up. He's gonna healing word first level. Yay, max healing for a whopping 8 heals.
Hey, I'll take it.
And then, for his action, he's going to take his attack with the lightning spell blade
Yep.
against your boy. So that
He's flanking, so he probably has advantage if that's how flanking works.
so it's a straight roll, so that's going to be a 24.
That's right. Yep, that hits.
So that's not great roll. So that's going to be 8 plus 3, so that is
11.
Thank you.
I love it. All right, 11 damage. As the blade clacks onto the armor, the lightning surges through, conducting and hitting the Cobalt soldier.
Yeah, it's a bad time to wear an armor, you idiot. Alright, that is going to be Ignatius' turn, I believe.
Okay,
This is actually his bonus action.
Salem's turn. If I could get the dumb... Really? D&D Beyond's being annoying right now. All right, Salem's turn. He will continue wailing at advantage on this individual. Actually, with him, he could probably... Oh. Ooh, yeah, they could probably do that. Ooh, oh, no. Oh, oh, yeesh. They'd probably do that, but
See you later, boys.
Uh,
Hey, you made this encounter. Don't feel bad about whatever you're about to do, alright? Look, if we die, we die. You literally made this, so...
No, it's not. It's against myself, what I didn't realize that I did. Yeah, well, that paralysis was a really good thing, Tyrion. So I'm going to give you the win on this one. Salem's going to rush over to one of the Gray Hand, and he is going to dump a bag of powder over the Cobalt soldier, and he is going to ignite the powder. Tyrion, you can roll, I believe it was 12d12s of white phosphorus damage.
I'm just gonna use a dice roller.
Yes, that's what I was hoping you would do.
12d12.
Because realistically, that's probably what they do because they have that at their disposal.
78.
Oof. Still alive, but now all of a sudden not feeling as cheery as they once were. And that will, every turn they stay in that's going to do one less. So it'll be like 12d12, or 11d12, 10d12. Yeah, that stuff is bad. That's why you don't want to get caught in it. This would now be 1, 11, 2, 11. Do the math. There we go. Okay. And it's like a controlled burn as best they can, too, as some of the mages are trying to make sure the phosphorus itself doesn't blow away during this situation. As you guys look as well, the Gaestro does fall from in front of Blackstaff.
Hell yeah, Waterdeep.
You can feel the tides of the battle swinging in the favor of Waterdeep right now as the Cobalt Wolves are being flooded by casters. It seems like Waterdeep has a much higher concentration of casters in it than the North did during your fight in the Last Stand of the North. So you're hearing a lot of spells whistling by and catching normal Cobalt soldiers in traps and area of effects like nobody's business. All right, so that's Salem's turn. We'll do Tyrion. Your turn now.
Right. So now that we've got that guy off the roof and he's a little bit more exposed,
Yep.
I want this fight to be a little bit more even. So I'm gonna turn to the Cobalt Soul, the wolf pack
Yeah.
surrounded.
Yep.
I'm gonna point my finger. A little green beam comes out.
Ooh.
He needs to make a dex save.
Which one? The leader?
The one being surrounded.
Uh-oh.
And I
Uh-oh.
cast Disintegrate.
Oh, boy. That is a natural 18, so 26.
So he saves.
All right.
He only takes half of the damage.
Woo, buddy! Buddy!
Let's see, what is he gonna take? He's gonna take 67 force damage.
Oh! He's looking real rough. Is that half the 67?
Oh, wait, sorry, that was not half. That was
Yep, so 33, 34? 43? Thank you. 33, yep.
33 force.
As Tyrion shoots off that disintegrate, it hits it.
Wait a second.
Oh,
Oh, no, sorry, yeah. So, yeah, no, that's right.
okay. It hits into the Kobold's armor, and you actually see the plates of armor disintegrating away. And you see chunks of it falling to the ground. His body is this, like, dark purple of just this ripped, enhanced muscle underneath it. Still human body, not completely oversized, but it looks sickly, it looks enhanced, and its helmet is slowly falling off, like half of it gets cracked off in the disintegrate, and he is looking pretty revealed underneath it. Some bits and pieces of his clothing are torn asunder from the disintegration as it didn't completely go through, but you can tell he now looks far weaker than he once did off that disintegrate. Okay. That's that. Cool. Anything else you want to do? Bonus action? Okay. We'll do here. Okay. It is now Charnook, then Orhana, then Tellius.
Alright. So what I'm going to do, this may surprise you, but I'm going to
Uh-oh.
stab him twice in the chest with my sword.
Go for it. You have disadvantage because you're still poisoned.
So the first one is a natural 1.
Okay.
And
You're-
the second is much better. That is a 21.
Hits. Even though you're faltering side to side from the poison in you, you take one of your moving momentums. The first sword carries you like too far right, and then you're able to use that momentum to cut across him left.
I rolled a 12. I'm looking for
12 damage.
No, it's 17 piercing damage and 5 full damage.
17. Okay, and
Reed, I'm gonna correct myself because I was assuming it
Okay.
Nothing happens on the succeeded death save.
Nothing?
Yeah, no damage is taken.
Really?
Correct.
He still lost his armor because I already said it. Because it was cool. So give me a second. Then I got to give him his health back here. 33. Okay. Okay. Nice. That math actually worked nice. All right. All right. I got to get my other book. Okay. Good to know.
With my bonus action, I'm gonna use my hammer and horns to attempt to knock him prone.
Go for it. What is that?
It is a strength saving throw on his end.
Strength saving. Oh, not one of his better ones. Let's see. That is 15.
Ooh, that's just barely a fail.
Hurts my soul. So he is knocked prone.
So now melee attack against him are at advantage.
He gets knocked off his horse. The horse scutters away. He hits the hard pavement
That's pretty man.
from his mount. Cool beans. Okay.
And that is almost 10.
All right. It is now Orhana. Your turn. $21 and $28 hit. All right, go ahead and roll damage. Okie dokie.
Which one were you shooting?
Was it the one from the roof, probably, that she was attacking last turn?
Probably.
Sounds good. Okay. With that, that will bring up Tellius, then Flamma.
Alright, cool. I'm just going to make attacks against him.
Go for it. And they are at advantage.
Alright. So, first two are 31 and
Hits.
25.
Hits.
So we got 30 slashing
30.
and 5 frost.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, he's looking real rough.
And then all bonus action and 2 weapon fighting.
Okay. Sure. Tellius takes his sword and slides it into the sternum of the Cobalt soldier, the ice shattering outward, starting to freeze up his lungs and his internals.
22.
Hits.
And we got 8 slashing and 3 frost.
The Cobalt soldier looks to be on death's door.
And let me just make sure
Did you miss anything? Don't miss anything.
I'm making sure I didn't miss anything.
Good, because this has happened, and then they get mad. And after the game, they always go like, God, there's like 5,000 points of damage I could have did.
I'm actually gonna expend the last part of inspiration die I have to do a blade flourish.
Okay.
first, To do an extra. Oh my god, 7 slashing damage. And then add 7 to my AC until the start of my next turn.
That's gross.
He is looking hella rough,
I almost have.
which is also super sad because I'm about to probably have a Matt Mercer moment right now from the Oban fight because it's Flama's turn. So this hurts. Flama will take his first attack at advantage against him. That is a 21 to hit. Yep, here we go. Unless I get all ones. Oh, when if he fell off the horse, does that count as movement when he gets knocked prone? Probably not.
That's a great question.
No.
Not really.
No, but he has the ability.
Gotcha, for Booming Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's a lot. 13, 20, 25 points of slashing damage as Flama goes to the incapacitated Cobalt Wolf on the ground as Tellius stabs into him. His ice shards shatter out and about, and in one swift motion, Flama takes off its head, and he shatters into all these ice pieces as soon as the sword connects. As one of the wolf pack, one of the Cobalt generals, is now fallen to the darkness. He is gone.
Yay! No. Do we have more white phosphorus?
In other locations, certainly. All right, and at that, timely enough, a individual teleports into initiative.
Oh.
I would say you recognize her gray and silver hair as L'Oreal as she hits the battlefield.
Two for two today. 2 for 2.
I will use this for L'Oreal as she spawns in, I'd say, near Blackstaff, who called her. All right, L'Oreal's here, and she spawns behind the other Cobalt. She will use, let's say, what's the, probably not that one. That's too big an area of effect. She's gonna use Power Word Stun. Nope, he probably has too much health. She wouldn't do that. Okay, there's 2 I have to check. No, that is not the spell place. 5e. I had something for her, but then plans changed, things happened. Oh, that's the one. So she will cast Geas at 5th. Is that really called Geas? Geas, like code Geas?
Yeah.
Nice.
Where do you think it got from?
Well, apparently, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, it's a thing. Anime, go
It's been
figure.
around for forever.
It needs to make a... When you cast it at higher duration is 1 year. Oh, ooh, why not?
Yeah. It's a cool enchantment spell. It's pretty evil, honestly.
She...
Just takes 1 minute to cast.
Oh, gross. I see that, so she can't cast that. JK, thank you. It's at the top. That one doesn't... And that one casts on herself. What about... This should work. I know! She has all this bullshit. Oh god, the range is the problem. She has all these area of effect attacks and she's just gonna blow everybody. I guess, what, 5, 10? It's too large.
Is she an evocation wizard? Spell movement.
No.
Whatever. Actually, any evidence.
I think I'm just gonna do... It's not great. I'll do prismatic spray. I believe.
Line all people.
Let me see about this one. 8 multicolored rays. Each ray is a different color for a different purpose and power. Each creature in a 60-foot cone must take a 60 throw. Oh, it's not. It's again a cone? No, god damn it. Oh, again, all area effects. All right, she'll use her ice variant fireball. It's easier that way. And I will try and make. What's the range on fireball? Can I get around that? 5, 10, 15. No, I can't. Son of a bitch! Oh my god, this is insane!
Just use a cantrip.
Just yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes. We'll just use a cantrip.
20-foot radius.
20. I can live with 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15. Okay. They're moving. L'Oreal spawns in. They're like, okay, people who aren't involved with the fight. Nice. Okay, good. We're doing it. So, L'Oreal uses ice, so she will do that on top of him. He will try to dodge it. That sucks. He is going to succeed on that, and then he has evasion. You dodge out of any way of certain area of effects, so then he takes no damage. Poop. All right, well, that sucks. All right, moving on. Top of the order, Zeph. Jesus. Ah.
Bonus action. Hunter's Mark.
Okay. It is now on him. What's up? No, you're definitely within 90 feet.
Okay. And I'll shoot him again.
Yep. So, Zeph coming down. Go for it.
That's 20.
Hits. Hits.
Actually, advantage
Yes. Which also sneak attack damage?
yeah, all these.
No, you only get sneak attack once per round, right?
I thought L'Oreal was next to him.
She is not directly next to him.
Well, the ability to use sneak attack. Not.
Yes.
We have two d60. But
Yes. Yes. I'm with you.
this one is 25.
Hits or 25 damage.
25 damage.
Hits.
No.
Ah!
Ah.
What is with this guy?
Oh my, what am I rolling?
2. Oh. The arrow's just barely grazing by as he's so quick. 21 still pretty good. 21 on the second or 21 total? Okay. So I'll do that, and then I'll just be... All right. He's looking all right.
As I do that, I'm gonna jump, roll over the window and slide down the wall.
You got it. Slide down this wall here. Into another... There's another building underneath, or you can get to the floor next
Oh, yeah,
to...
totally. Yeah, into that floor.
Okay.
Do I have to make a dex check or something?
Give me probably acrobatics or athletics. Give me a moment. Climb a wall with plenty. It's athletics. Yeah,
20.
easy. Zeph, effortlessly and like a super cool movie spy, slides down the walls and zips right into another room where you already used your bonus action this turn, so you can't hide.
Yep.
Okay, but you're also in darkness, so you're probably invisible anyway because of your abilities. So that will end your turn. It is the Kobold's turn at the start of the round. Tyrion, I need you to roll online the 11d12.
Oh, yeah.
And the other one is going to line up a shot on somebody here.
So that's another 59 damage.
Oof. Starting to really chip away on that one. This is going to look at all the situation here, and he's going to make his multi-attack, ignoring L'Oreal. He's probably going to go one Tullius, one Hunter, one Orhana. And you Hunter's mark him. Okay, so that's why he's the ring. 22, 22, 24, so I imagine all hit.
One misses. 27 is here.
Oh, he misses you. So, Tullius, as the arrow comes through to you, an ice wall just comes up and shatters the arrow. Tyrion and Orhana, you take... Orhana takes 14 points of piercing damage, and Tyrion takes 12 points of piercing damage. And he is going to use his movement to disappear. Everybody make a perception check to see if you can follow where he ends up.
7.
Nope.
23.
Okay.
25.
Okay.
All right. Ignatius rolled a 6, so I don't.
Nope.
Think he's probably got like more. Ignatius actually.
Sharnuk, Tullius, you are able to see him go up onto the roof. Tyrion, what was yours? And Zeph?
A 7.
Nope. Okay, you lost track of him?
15.
Nope, you lost track of him. You'll just have to re-find him.
Hey,
That is true. That is fair. Nice.
I rolled like a 24 for my check.
Right on. Thank you for rolling that. Okay, so that will end his turn. It is now Ignatius's turn.
Alright, so Ignatius doesn't know where he went, so his first priority is probably going to be the heal. So he's going to use his action to cast Cure Wounds who is on death's door.
Go for it.
That's going to be second level, so plus 4. It's going to be 13 healing for Charnock.
Okay.
Sorry, I gotta bounce back and forth between sheets here.
It's fine.
Read.
Yes.
Since I have Hunter's Mark on him, I'm supposed to have advantage.
Okay. Go for it.
It's 19 now. I don't know if that's
He still had a higher. He had a 20 for his DC. He's still Hunter's Mark though. You just lost track of him on the battlefield when he went into the shadows.
For bonus action, he's going to second wind and regain 5 HP.
Okay.
And that's his turn. He's going to move if there's, I don't know if there's any cover or anything.
Not.
He's gonna move within 30 feet of his allies, but not clumped with them.
All right. So he can go 5, 10, 15.
Obvious line of sight of any of his enemies.
What's that?
Not within like obvious line of sight of any of his enemies, but
Okay.
basically.
So he's pushing toward one of the nearest houses.
Alright. That is Ignatius' turn.
Cool. All right. It is. He's 18. So Blackstaff is now in your initiative order. So she's going to cast Chain Lightning. She did see where the wolf ended up. So she will do that, and he'll do his... That's a natural 20. Please. Maybe he won't evade this for once. That is a natural 3 plus 8 is 11. He's taking 10d8 lightning damage doubled.
Oh my god.
I am getting a rolling app.
You ate.
20d8. 20d8. That is 86 lightning damage. As
Wait,
Black.
actually, Ignatius has a thing.
Okay.
He would be able to make that just max damage.
How far's the range on it?
Let me double check. If this channel divinity, it might.
It might be only
Might be.
Says you can use channel divinity to deal maximum damage instead of rolling for lightning or thunder damage. So it doesn't specify that it's for him, but
when you roll lightning or thunder damage, you can use.
Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you. That would have been really cool then.
Would have Justin used that in the one shot to do a disgusting amount of
It was
damage.
gangster.
So the guy would still take half the damage because of evasion.
Gotcha. So half of 86 is 43. 9. Okay. He's starting to look rough, and all of you now know his location as Blackstaff lights him up and says, "Don't let him get away."
Where is he?
He is now. Where's the table? He's just barely at the bottom of your screen.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Where are the others?
The others. What do you mean?
The other kobolds. Do I know they're kobolds? Do I know that? I'll just say
Yeah.
enemies. I don't know. Kobolds. Yeah, whatever.
Well, you guys killed one. One fucked off to fight L'Oreal, who's now here, and one is
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
incapacitated. So you're asking that towards Blackstaff or L'Oreal?
Just kind of both.
In the air. Gotcha. All right. You can see L'Oreal looks a little that she was in active combat right now, and she gives you a look that it's not a problem anymore.
Excellent.
Okay. So
I wasn't worried.
that will be Salem's turn this time. He is going to take out another. He's going to tell everybody to get back, and he's going to take out a fireball bead and drop it into the white phosphorus on the restrained kobold.
Oh my god.
So that
Good
would
thing we
be
have chemical warfare to, you know.
these.
They're war criminals.
Doesn't exist.
We're not war criminals yet.
Doesn't exist.
Fireball is how many d6?
86.
8. 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 22 fire damage to the one on the ground. That's you. Actually has higher health than the other one right now. Go figure. All right. That's Salem's turn. It is now Tyrion's turn.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer to him, so I'm still maintaining that 60 feet with him.
Okay. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. You're 50 feet of him right where you are.
So I'm gonna move out kind of towards the group a little bit more.
5,
towards the
10,
way out.
15.
So I can actually see him based on the angle.
Yep. 15 feet of movement to see him where he is.
Okay.
45 feet plus. I'll give you the full
I want
60.
to make a wisdom save as I cast a hold person.
Go for it. Oh my no. Oh no. Oh no, that's a 10.
Hooray!
That
Paralyzed.
that hurts. That was fine. Like the dice was rolling really high and then it hit the little engraving in my box and just dented it. It stopped it right at the 2. That hurts my soul.
The wall of fire drops.
Yep.
Concentration shifts.
All right. The house is still aflame, though, so I'll keep this in here. Because you set the house on fire. Okay. Okay, it is now Charnuk's turn. Then Orhana, then Tellius, then Flamma, then L'Oreal.
He's on the roof.
Yep.
I don't have to get up there.
Okay.
Think. Well, I guess I could just shoot him with my bow, my oversized longbow, I suppose.
Go for it.
2 attacks at disadvantage. That's going to be a 17 on the first one.
Wait.
Why is it disadvantage?
He's poisoned. He's poisoned.
I'm rolling low.
It's also an advantage because of the straight.
Yes. Yes. So straight roll. Straight roll.
That's a bad roll. So that's a 10.
No. Charnuk takes out his bow. He's like, haven't done this in a while. Leans back, shoots the arrow, just goes out into the night. You're just like,
Oh,
hopefully that doesn't hit anybody innocent.
right. Second one's a natural 20.
Hey!
You got it. And that is going to be 5 doubled to 10 plus 4 is 14 piercing damage.
Nice. As you take your second shot, you can feel your ancestors steadying it while you're raging, being like, this is the way. And you're like, oh, I know the way. And the arrow goes off into the distance. And you do 17, you said?
That would be 14 damage.
14. 5. Okay. Okay. So that's Charnuk's turn. It's now Orhana, then Tellius, and Flamma.
I don't have two really big.
Yep, he's paralyzed on the roof, but everybody knows his location as he's been lit up by Blackstaff and Tyrion, and everyone's laying into him now. The second Cobalt General, 2 have fallen on this night so far. 1 is getting the ever-living crap beaten out of it. He will make another strength check and fail. Hits. Hits. Orhana leans back on the streets, firing arrow after arrow into the individual as he can't move, as he's just staring these eyes of hatred at Tyrion as he's trying everything in his willpower to move.
Uh, 10, 8, and 7 for damage.
10, 8, and 7. So 25. Nice! The arrow's lining his chest. Starting to look rough. Okay. Now, Tellius, my boy. I believe it is your turn, then Flamma, then L'Oreal.
Could you, can I just
Yeah,
another overview of the situation here?
sure.
Which one's alive?
This is the last one alive. This one is paralyzed and being absolutely nuked over here
Where's the other one that's alive? Up on those roofs?
on the roofs here. Right at the bottom.
How far away is that?
You, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet, but then it's a hypotenuse. So it's probably about
Okay.
60 feet.
Well, I'm gonna move towards him, and I mean, whenever I take the attack action, I get to move an extra 10 feet, so...
Probably 10, 15, 20, we'll get you here, get you real close. 25 there. You're now really close to him. Let's move these people away now. He's still up on the building. You're at 25 feet here. It would still take you 30, 35, 40, 50 feet to get up to the top of the where he's at. If you were to climb the building and then try and stab into the building at him.
How high is the building?
The floor he's on is 20 feet high. He's on the same level as Zeph, though, the building next to him. The top floor of that building's 30... Oh, no, Zeph's building is higher. Never mind. So, yeah, that's the top floor at 20 feet. 2 stories.
How high can I jump?
3 plus your strength modifier.
Which is
My
a
strength
lot.
modifier is 9.
If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump, you make the standing high jump. You can jump only half that distance.
So a story. You can jump a story.
Can I?
13 feet.
All in a single bound.
While you're running and sprinting up, the giant ass Tullius, using his armor chinking away, using the strength of the Storm Giant's belt, makes this bounding jump toward the building. Give me an athletics check to see if you can make this jump to the first story of the building to grab on. As you sheath your swords as you go to jump.
You can extend your arms above your height during the jump, thus you can reach above your distance. Plus 1.5.
16.
16. So
Yeah,
you
with a 5.
you can make the jump. Thankfully, that's gonna guarantee. But how well you make the jump is the roll here. You're able to get up to that floor and use your arms to pull you up. Since you're 6'8", you also have like 3 feet on your arms.
Yep.
You're at 16 feet now from this jump. You've spidered your way there. How much is your movement? How much movement speed do you have? 30 feet?
30, yeah, well, technically it's 40.
30 with 40 plus the jump. I will say that's good enough to get you within range. You're leaning through the window now, climbing up the second story where he's paralyzed. This gigantic lizard creature has just sprinted and bounded in 6 seconds, closed this gap as this guy's like, whoa, thrown off his game. Oh, they can move. The big ones can move. And he's just up there with a sword now. In the window, you're taking out one of your swords to try and stabby.
Yeah.
All right, roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Advantage, you say?
Yep.
Okay. 31.
Just barely hits. Just barely got him.
Okay. What do I do for damage? He's paralyzed.
Auto crit.
It's an auto crit.
Okay, that's neat.
The old person is a good spell.
It's strong when it works.
Oh yeah. Alright, so we got 11 plus... wait, sorry. 30 slashing and 8 frost on the first attack.
Ooh.
I will do that again.
Do it again with vigor this time. All right.
I actually only rolled a 16. I rolled a 1 and a 3 with advantage.
With advantage. At this point,
So, hilariously, that misses.
as you go for your second hit, you lose your grip on your hand and you fall and your sword clacks to the ground as you grab with both hands and you're like,
How embarrassing.
oof. But there's now a clear line of sight into there for anybody else that wants to attack as you're holding on.
All bonus attack. Bonus action and an attack if you have been fighting. And hopefully, I got a natural 20. Not that it matters.
No, it doesn't.
Double crit.
So as you then climb up again, taking out your other sword, then you stab at him again in the window.
Yes, excellent. Alright, so we got 15 plus 4. So 15 slashing and 4 frost.
Okay, he's looking rough. Okay. Flama used his action and all of his movement to get toward the other one, and that is all he can do for that turn. Sadly, that brings up L'Oreal, who can now have a lot of fun here because he's all by his lonesome.
By the way, I was just looking it up.
Yep.
Technically, rules as written means evasion would still come into effect even while he's paralyzed.
Oh my fucking god.
In terms of he would get half damage
How?
by automatically failing it. That's rules as written.
That is ludicrous. All right.
You are the DM, so you ultimately make the decision.
This works both ways. If Ari gets paralyzed, he can't use evasion because he's paralyzed. This creature's paralyzed. He's taking the damage like the little bitch he is. All right. Let's do Cone of Cold. L'Oreal is gonna take her movement and do Cone of Cold at him at 5th level. Cone of Cold. That is 8d8 dice rolling app. And this crits, so it's actually 16. That is... What? Ugh. Ugh. My soul. Well, then I'll just half that.
Man, it's great having Luke and Hunter in the same room.
It is. It so is. That is 47 points of cold damage.
Weak.
It would have been 94 before Hunter. Or before Luke. God damn it. Too many numbers now. Mason, the numbers. As he gets slammed with ice cold, all this ice, it is now Zeph's turn at the top of the order.
Is there a window between these two buildings?
Yes.
Can I jump through that window?
You can certainly try. Give me an athletics check. As you hear all this going on, Zeph does a vaulting jump through one window over to the next building, sliding into the building, knocking an arrow in his bow if he makes it.
16.
Yes, easily makes it. Sliding in on his knees. Bow is knocked. Releases an arrow 4. Unless you can do melee, because you can do melee too. It's up to you.
I'd rather not do that.
Yep.
21 and 23.
Both hit.
Makes sense. And am I sneak attack at this point? Probably.
Yes. Yes, I'll give you a sneak attack. You should have it. He's
You have
he's
advantage- You have
paralyzed.
advantage 'cause he's paralyzed.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine how you don't sneak up on somebody who is, again, paralyzed.
25. Oh, wait. Plus. 31.
How do you want to do this?
He's like right in the back of his head because he's assuming looking out the window.
Yep.
And then he just free falls down on top of Tullius, brings him down.
Absolutely. Tullius, as he falls out, the arrow goes through his head. He trickles out, and as you're trying to lean up to see, like, did we get him? Right on top of you, the body falls. You're able, give me an athletics check to see, give me a athletics check to see if you stick your landing. As the body tumbles to the ground, falls 20 feet, and splats onto the pavement.
29.
29, easily. As you get hit by it, you're like, whoa! But then you do a, like, hero Marvel landing, you know, the one bad on your knees, onto the ground as the body falls over.
Walk up to the window, look down, look up.
I'll wait back.
Just give him a little nod.
All right. Strength check for the still paralyzed. That's a natural 4. Still captured, restrained.
Are
Can't-
you rolling at disadvantage for that?
For the one that is restrained?
Yeah.
Nope. Still 4,
Okay.
but not doing well. So that's amazing. That it was even worse as the rolls have been doing bad every turn for that individual. Okay. So then go ahead and roll the 10d12.
Oh, God. 53.
53. 103. Then that would be, I'm going to say it's Ignatius's turn. I'll do Salem's turn as he takes his 2 attacks at advantage. That's a crit. He just got a 20 there for Salem and then a 20 plus there. So then Salem does how much damage? And his swords are on fire.
Is he attacking at melee with this?
Yes. Oh, no, you're right. He can't be now. You're right. Thank you for reminding me. So, no. He is now... Oh, yeah, what would he use? He does have a longbow, so he backed up.
That's going to be 12 healing for Tyrion.
16. He does another attack.
Barely keeping me alive. All those little amounts have been adding up so much.
Yep. Slug match.
Looking real, it's getting real rough over there for that. So then it's now Tyrion's turn. Oh no, Blackstaff has a turn. Blackstaff on the individual down here. She can. What does she have left for her spells? Probably do a cantrip. Firebolt. And Firebolt is dependent.
It would be a straight roll because it'd be disadvantage because he's prone, but advantage because of the restrained.
Gotcha. Fire
10, right?
bolt. Yeah, I just gotta see. Is it a D10? 4D10. Yep.
It scales by level, so
Yep.
it'd probably be either a 3 or 4.
It's 4D10 for her. She's
Yeah.
a high level caster.
That's the nice thing about cantrips is they scale based on your total level, not your last level.
That is 13. Wow, super high rolls. 13, 17. 30 points from a freaking firebolt. Oh my god.
They get strong.
Oh my god. I underestimated that one. Jeez. As a cantrip? Oh god. Okay. This soldier is getting roasted alive. So that would now bring up Tyrion, your turn. Then Charnook.
He's going to continue to roast alive.
Oh god.
I point to the ground. This arcane rune comes around him.
Uh-huh.
Just because I can, I'm gonna cast the cantrip, create bonfire.
Oh!
Under him.
Oh!
So he would have to make a dex save, but he automatically fails it. So,
He has disadvantage on dex saving throws.
disadvantage.
So he can try and move away from the fire underneath him. That would be, wow, a 20 and 11 naturally. So then his modifier's high, I believe. Yeah, it's a 19 to save, so he saves.
He does.
Yeah.
So it's a cantrip, so he just doesn't take it.
So he rolls out of the way, but still coughing horribly, his skin basically melting off, but you light a fire right next to him, and he's leading away from this fire that you just built. Ugh.
That's it.
All right, Charnook, it is your turn, then Orhana, then Tellius.
Right. Missile shoot.
Go for it.
Well,
8 hits.
17.
Does not hit 17.
That's gonna be 7 piercing damage.
Okie
I'm
dokie.
staying back away from this gas cloud.
Yeah, I would. All right. And cool. That's done. Orhana, your turn. There's only one left, so you can take 3 attacks against the Kobold. Straight rolls. Hits. Hits. Does not hit. So roll 2. 2 damage rolls.
And
10 and 6, you said?
Yep.
Okay. 16. The individual is losing the will to live at this point. Looking extremely rough. Tellius, do you have any ranged attacks?
What kind of range are we talking?
Just gotta stay like 15 to 20 feet away from him so you don't get hit with white phosphorus.
Alright, I'll push his margarita.
Jesus. All right, go ahead. Brutal.
What's his appearance looking like right now?
Most of his armor has melted off. His face is being melted off. He is charred, and it's tough to know what used to be there. If there was features, most of them are gone.
Ha! Wolf pack? More like shriveled ballsack.
Yeah. I mean,
So he has to make a wisdom throw, saving throw, 16.
disadvantage.
Zeph just dies.
What is it?
16.
18.
Wisdom. Well, can you not? It'd be hilarious.
I don't fudge rolls at all. So
I know. It's just...
so
Well, that's all I'm gonna do.
all right. That brings up Flama. I don't think he has any ranged attacks actually. He is not a wizard.
Does he have Eldritch Blast?
He does not have Eldritch Blast. His deity is fucking dead.
Well, then, I don't know.
Rest in peace, actually.
Good guy. Good guy.
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember. Great guy.
Flama just like pats on Blackstaff's shoulder next to him, and he's just like, "You got this." And he tries to inspire with no success. L'Oreal's turn. L'Oreal has another cone of gold. Why not? That's a dex save at disadvantage. There you go. There's the 5 you were looking for. 5 and 8 is 13. Fail. So then that is 8d8 cold. What? That's not right. What happened? Oh, there it is. I read it wrong for a second there. Oof. It is looking as rough as it possibly could be. Zeph, top of the order.
Good shot.
Go ahead. Let's see if you can hit this individual who is in.
Straight roll.
How do you want to do this?
Hooray!
He has 1 health left. You absolutely can kill him.
I just want to, like, barely graze his
As he's coming up, his vocal cords destroyed, trying to garble some nonsense, some rhetoric. One arrow just goes like, and it's just enough as it goes by, at the same time as all of his internal systems just fail from everything that's happening. As he falls to the ground, the mages around push the phosphorus down into the ground and like disperse the cloud so it doesn't spread throughout the city or knock it up into the air and then carry through. We are out of combat.
Hooray!
Hey, we didn't die.
As you guys
Pops up some blood in the corner.
as you guys exit combat, let's see, there is. Oh, let me get a different kind of music up. Actually, if we want, do you guys want to take a break? Or are you guys good to keep going? Do you want to go get drinks and food real quick as we just finished the long combat?
5 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Let's go take a 5-minute break.
There you go.
Right, to start, I need everybody to roll in Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20, I'm not even lying to you.
All right. Well, you,
15.
despite fighting into the night, you do not feel exhausted. Tyrion,
Adrenaline, man.
you are on the cusp of exhaustion, but the adrenaline keeps you away, bats it away. What'd you say, Luke?
18.
18, you're good. 16, you're good.
Wow. Great. Oh, Ignatius. Ignatius failed. He rolled a 6.
Nope. No, was that the second one or the first one? What was the first one you didn't say?
The first one I rolled was for Charnock, which was a 23.
Oh, okay, he's fine. Great.
The one that I just rolled for Ignatius is a total of 9.
Ignatius is exhausted. 1 point.
Keeping everyone alive is hard work.
It is. He is getting exhausted by all of the circumstances going on right now, all the healing and on the battlefield. Okay, and Flama will get a roll, and Salem will get a roll. Flama succeeds. Salem succeeds with almost he gets a straight 19. Oh my God, killing it. All right, As you guys begin to group up, go here. Oh boy. Oh no. Wait, can I just do this and it'll be fixed? Best day ever. Just got better. We will get rid of that thumbnail so I don't confuse myself later. Oh yeah, I didn't give you guys a new thing. Yeah. So yeah, we can keep the camera up in the streets. As a group begins to come together, you see L'Oreal and Blackstaff both get stopped, and a prison forms over the both of them. They both get locked behind this like box. The steel metallic box appears, and you see again one of those portals open up, and out steps a gigantic creature. Give me a history check or religion check.
Hold on, Ryan's back. He said he can go ahead.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He's gonna fuck up my boxes though. How about no? All right, we'll add him. What is he, Maz?
Did you say history?
But I meant Tyrion. The tease. Hi, Luke.
It's an 11. It's the same modifier.
Okay, so the good news is there's good news and bad news. The good news is you recognize this creature. It's pretty well known throughout the demonic worlds. The bad news is you know this creature, and it is referred to as a pit fiend.
Oh no.
That's what I like to hear after a fight like that.
Yeah.
That is, as the pit fiend I'll describe it once he gets to the fucking call. Boxes, welcome to a show about boxes. Siblam. Sibloof. Don't you dare dodge. Don't. Hey! Did he actually say that in the chat? I guess I could check. I didn't see if he saw him or not.
What?
Ah! Oh no! He does live.
Alright.
The fight just finished, Ryan. You have 1 point of exhaustion. How many spells did you burn? Yeah, you got all the stuff for him?
We have 45 HP and 2 second level cure wounds and 1 first level cure word. And I didn't. Oh, I expended 1 cure shot.
Ah, very nice. But you're alive.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's good.
And we killed the 3 wolf packs.
Not the 4th.
Well, the 4th one ran off to L'Oreal, and we don't know exactly what happened.
But L'Oreal during the fight, so, you know, you kind of
Well, yeah, L'Oreal showed up during the fight, so we'll probably find out soon.
But they have both been locked into imprisonment spells, both Blackstaff and L'Oreal, as a pit fiend has come onto the scene. You all just about caught up, Ryan?
Then my health is at 45. Yes, that's right.
We've also had the triumphant return of Luke, which you have not acknowledged yet.
I did notice that. I was like, yo. Well, first of all, I was looking at who was online, and it said Luke was online. I was like, what? Is Luke in the call? What is happening?
That was half the reason I was getting so fucking annoyed. Not really annoyed, but like when you're just like, can we do it another day? I'm like, no other days. We're doing it now. It's been forever. I'm dying.
Alright. Hello, Luke. How are you? Good. Congratulations. The picture's beautiful. Not as beautiful as people that are in it.
Got him.
Well, that's part of the reason it's beautiful.
Got him!
Okay.
All right.
Alright, Pit Fiend.
Pit Fiend has now spawned in. L'Oreal and Blackstaff
Oh shit.
have, yeah, this is about right, have been captured, and one of those portals appears again as you see Asmodeus before you, Tellius, smiling and grinning as he remembers what you said to him earlier, and he is seeking his revenge out against you, Tellius.
I didn't expect it to happen so soon.
No shit, he remembers. It was like an hour.
It just happened.
Let me tell you, the gods of hell, very petty.
The pettiest.
They're so petty.
There is. Okay, yep, I know what I want to do. So, Tellius, as the portal appears, as the Pit Fiend has hit, as L'Oreal and Blackstaff have been captured, you step closer to the portal. You begin to feel sweat building under your armor. The grinning face of Asmodeus stares down at you as he lays across his throne with a twinkle in his eyes. Your strength appears to be coming to an end. That is the curse of mortals. My strength is unending, unlimited. What is the next creature to greet you? For every soul you defeat, it returns to me with greater resolve to end your fates. With an absent wave of his hand, two more Pit Fiends make their way toward the portal. All of your legs in the group begin to tremble despite willing them to do otherwise. What time is it? The sun would be rising soon. What an endless night this seems to have become. Your hands and knees hit the cobblestone streets. Puddles of sweat drip onto the warm stone below, Tullius. The fires of the fight seem to be cooking the whole city to a warm brown. Releasing a chuckle at the thought, you feel a touch on your shoulder, Tellius. A message from a dear friend. Turning, you see the familiar screwed-up face of Sundril the Shadows handing you a book. It is quite a page-turner.
No shit.
Give me a moment.
Fucking Sundril, man. I've seen way more of him lately. Ever wanted to. So weird. And he's just unfazed by anything I do or say, and so it's just, ugh. God.
Is that the one? Where's the long version? Ah, there it is. As he hands you the book, I'm gonna give you the song.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't even hear it.
Alright.
I know this already.
Turning toward the group, the rest of you saw Tullius' shadow expand, eventually taking the form into the person you have met either in the mountain or in the lost city. What a beautiful morning is coming. You all have a part to play in it. Step to it. While saying step to it, Sundril's image gradually dissolves back into the shadows, leaving Tellius alone with a new leather-padded book with gold cresting along its sides and edges. Opening the book, Tellius, you find a note with familiar penmanship. Dear Tellius, I found a brilliant tome that should be perfect to help you out with your future conflicts. The first half of the book is written in Infernal, the second in Celestial. Supposedly, this was crafted by a few gods righteous and a few gods vile, darting the title Heavens and Hell. Let Tyrion read Sanctity of Entombment on the 247th page, while you should read page 890. if you find yourself in the need of banishing a creature. I have a feeling history is on your side. Stay safe, dear friend. Ever yours, Ulyrus Craydeer. Do you
Oh my god.
do you turn to the page?
Yeah, I'll motion Tyrion over real quick.
Yep. At Tyrion, at
Come here.
turn to page.
Like, eyes on these things.
Yep. Turning to page 890, you see the Ice Star crest of Halal. The script in Celestial is beautiful with penmanship of the likes you have never experienced. Your eyes gravitate past the introduction to lists of spells and incantation. One jumps off the page called Divine Right of Rejection. Peering up from the book toward your allies, you see their concerned faces as all this unfolds in seconds. The hellish portal in front of you, radiating heat as more fiends begin to make their way out into Waterdeep. You look over the instructions. You stand, tossing the book to Tyrion now as he's come over to you, and with determination you take your scimitar, extend it vertically in front of your maw as you utter the divine rites in Celestial. I will copy paste those.
Yeah, you will. I'm about to banish this shit.
Setting up the devil gates.
Yep. And when all else fails, just read book. Just read. No.
Whenever you're faced with demons, ask yourself a question.
Where's Ulyrus?
No. Ask yourself a question. What would Doom Guy do?
What would you guys do?
All right, there you go, Tellius.
Alright. That may not be named. These seas may not be called. But through close light, your force will break the frozen walls, which I call upon. Send back those who stand before me, back behind walls of isolation. Walls that will never melt in the light of Halal.
While reciting the incantation, you stab your sword into the ground, dropping to one knee, where your sword should connect with the cobblestone, but instead hits a chunk of ice. Shooting out from the chunk of ice are two streams flowing into the fiend's fiery portal. What is this? Is this the magic of the old? The shimmering edges of the portal freeze. The fiends trying to escape are caught on the devil's side. The one in front of you, the ice lurching out, grabbing it. Standing on his throne, Asmodeus walks towards the portal, with each step shaking the ground around him. A neat trick, but one that won't last. Extending his arms, he begins reciting his own incantations. Tyrion, the book now in your hands warms even your fingertips as you feel crackles of excitement at the back of your skull. Flipping the book open, you see a note telling you which page to flip to in the familiar handwriting of Ulyrus. As you find the page covered in infernal with a sigil of a gothic-looking owl at the top of the page, trying to understand it, the arcane scripts seem scrambled. Feeling the hands of Cole on your shoulder, some tension is relieved as he's giving you a shoulder massage. This looks like our big moment. Probably our point of no return, Tyrion. We're about to be in it, the great game. If I show you that page, we get out of this alive, but we're going to be enemies of Asmodeus until the end of time. Where does a book like this even come from? You sure you want to do this? Okay, let's do this. And you all do see the red tiefling before you. He is completely visible to everybody, hanging on Tyrion. Hanging on to you and reading over your shoulder, Cole's index finger extends to the book. A tiny glow causes the words to unscramble. You see before you the ritual called Sanctity of Entombment. Shouts from inside the portal echo into the streets. I know! I did not just witness you unlocking the scripts of the ancient Kolveth. By all the hells, I will overlook this if you stop right now! Kolveth leans away from your face to shout, "Sorry, Modi. Great things lay ahead of us, and it starts after you." Do it, Tyrion. Reading the book, the phrases surge through your body with power, each evil tone causing sparks of color to fly and swirl through the air toward the portal. "Kill them! Kill them all!" Asmodeus shrieks as the fiends fighting inside Waterdeep all change their focus to your group. Orhana, you see a group of such fiends rushing towards your group. As you knock an arrow, you feel the cool breeze pass by your neck as an owl flutters by. Releasing your arrow into the pack, the arrow hits a Gaestro, dead center. Before you can knock your next arrow, you see little twinkles of glimmer on the arrow and then on each of the individuals in this fiendish pack, just before light rains down, slamming into the fiends, into the cobblestone of the road. As the light show finishes, you can see steaming meteors of various sizes on top of the fiendish bodies. On the left side, Zeph is firing arrow after arrow into the fiends, ignoring attacks. The fiends are ignoring his attacks if they aren't putting them down, as he's knocking them down one by one with each shot. Rushing into the horde, Ignatius stands alone at this horde coming. He raises his shield, and a wind of gust toward the pack of fiends blows in, blowing them back as the outline of an ethereal storm giant bellows, a yell in unison with Ignatius as he pushes the darkness back. The world is held in a perpetual chaos as Tellius continues to mutter to the right, and Tyrion focuses on maintaining the spell. A distressed look from Tyrion to Kolvith expresses a worry, thinking, did something go wrong? Kolvith replies, there is but one more requirement. Leaving Tyrion's side, the red tiefling walks over to Chinook. At this, both of the cages drop, releasing L'Oreal and Blackstaff. Chinook, we need your artifacts. I think you should get that from Blackstaff, where we last left. Blackstaff sits up as you walk over to her and traces arcane runes in the air, revealing the orb of elemental harmony, and gives it to you, Charnook. As you take it, you rush back to Kolveth. I can activate it, but the rest is up to you. May the gods be on your sides. With a simple touch of the orb, the light glows brightly as you hear a thunderous voice coded and an electric hum enter into your mind, Charnook. Tarnuk Maze Walker, a dying breed of my creatures you call upon, the powers of Theron. You would have the winds bind one from this plane to another as it once did. Use the gift of harmony to cast away the devilish overlords, as the four gods of your people did for your freedom eternities ago. We sacrificed Bati in spirit. You must be willing to do the same. Give me a strength saving throw.
You will know you're reborn tonight. Must be right.
You fall to one knee, holding the orb, and wind gushes forward and starts filling the area towards the portal at this point. You feel this horrible strain in your body. Your heart is beating as fast as it's ever beat in your entire life. Your entire body's hair starts to stand on end as you are glowing. Give me a Constitution saving throw. Coming back, standing off that knee, you take both your hands holding the orb, now levitating in the air. The wind picks up even faster and even stronger, that of a hurricane. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
That's 4.
A 4. As you feel the powers of Theron channel through you, you take 50 psychic damage.
I am unconscious.
You will be. Holding the orb in your hand, Charnook, wind gusts with the strength of hurricanes. The world stands still as an outline of a great golden ethereal minotaur travels towards the portal. Goring Asmodeus. Tyrion repeats the incantations, finishing the phrase at the same time as Tullius. A guttural scream from Asmodeus cackles, "This isn't possible!" The final sparks leave Tyrion's hands, entering into the portal as Tullius looks up from his sword to see the portal frozen in air. Hovering breathlessly for what seems like an eternity, the portal falls, shatters into a million ice shards, and the fiends around you seem lost. Some begin retreating, some begin attacking kobold wolves, and some continue attacking like normal. What do you want to do?
Unconscious.
As
Just lay on my
Charnook
back.
falls to the ground, unconscious. That's too exciting.
Saunter on over to my good boy Charny Warny
Mm-hmm.
and use the rest of my lay on hands pool to restore 5 HP.
Back.
We saved the day again.
As oh god damn it. Oh, yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. As I just trying to lower the music.
Save the scene.
As the city is on fire, but slowly being put out, you can see the skies are being won by the Waterdeep griffins and druids. The kobold soldiers are being pushed back. At this time, you see Salem walking over and talking to the Grey Hand that there is something they need to get to try and fight back. But it seems like there is a lot. They're pushing them now out of the streets as you see a thunderous cloud building up in the sky.
Can we check the bodies of the wolf pack that we slew?
Sure. As you walk
Let's try to
over,
make sure they're actually dead.
yeah, as you walk over to the bodies, you see a strange figure in the sky as the thunderous clouds start to shrink, and you hear the insane voice of the Mad Mage crackle throughout the skies. You hear, "How many times do I have to teach you this lesson? I wish the kobold bitches would drop dead!"
Oh my god, no. I can't believe he just did that.
You just cast Wish.
A massive alchemy circle that covers the entirety of the sky lights up the city as about, I'd say, 45% of the forces just drop dead.
Oh my god.
And then you hear him go, "Stay away from my mountain!" And he starts floating away.
This is so weird.
I love the Mad Mage.
You hear, you as more soldiers, you hear these chanting and cheers going on at the Mad Mage. You hear people in the streets cheering, "Waterdeep will never fall!" You hear these like hoorah type of cheers going on as they're pushing them back into once they came. Go ahead and make an investigation check, Tellius, on the bodies of the
The bodies.
yes, of the wolf pack. 3 lay
That's a
dead.
10 plus 13.
13. So which one are you checking first? What, or are you just
I guess the one that we were gangbanging earlier.
sure? As you go over to him, he is on the ground still. He shattered into all the ice pieces.
So he's dead.
You're pretty certain he's dead as you look at the ice pieces are no longer there, and there's no trace of any of his remains.
Can I tentatively slash an ice shard just to see what happens?
You do, and it shatters.
Good.
All right.
What? What just happened? Open-ended question.
I'm just gonna take this book and just kind of put it in the bag.
Yeah. You can add the Tome of Heavens and Hells to your inventory.
Can I go to Blackstaff and L'Oreal?
Yep. The two of them are getting up off the ground, dusting themselves off. L'Oreal is very much in the same uniform she was when she fought Mansoon, and Blackstaff is her hair is all out of whack from the lightning strikes. Her hair is all like up on end, and she's trying to like push that back down. Two of them are dusting themselves off as you approach.
Do they look hurt at all?
Yeah, they're damaged, but not horribly.
I'll do cure wounds each.
They both thank you and appreciate the gesture, putting their hands on your shoulder as they feel some of their health be restored. L'Oreal looks at Blackstaff and goes, "Thank you for letting me know where the rest of the party was going on." And Blackstaff looks toward, "Did you manage to deal with yours?" She nods her head. "Not the most creative or intelligent. Certainly no Escat Grandia, these Wolfpack." As the two of them exchange glances.
What do we need to do now? We need to get elsewhere.
You see Salem come over. "Yes, actually, we have what would be really helpful to probably finish up, get a chokehold point. We can, the gate at which they broke through, if we could get onto the ramparts with one of the boxes we've been working on here in our scientists inside Waterdeep, we could make sure the kobolds can't get into the city anymore. We just got to make sure nothing hits the boxes. So if you'll follow me, we'll make a quick trip to one of our research stations, and if you all can help me protect this and get it to where it needs to go, we will be in great shape to finish this so-called siege of Waterdeep."
I don't see why not. It's not wrong.
You know, I think I'm just gonna go take a nap. I say, looking as I like walk up to him, I just say jokingly, and then just like arrows everywhere.
Yeah.
I would like beat this shit.
He's like, "Naps would be good. You are funny, but also we're still being attacked."
Do I still have the orb in my hands?
You do at the moment.
What do I do with this? Blackstaff, what do I do with this?
Blackstaff comes over. "Yes, okay." As actually, give me a wisdom saving throw, Charnook.
Oh, no. Ow. That is not good.
Good to know. As she takes the orb and she casts the arcane runes and puts it back in the dimension in which it came. And she goes, "Let's keep that from prying eyes." As the group, now, we're going to do a skill challenge to finish, hopefully, this mission off from Salem. Whatever you're proficient in, you can use it one time to try and aid you in this. If a certain number of successes it fails, will determine how this ends up going. You need to get across the city that is war torn at the moment. Who would like to try and roll to help get the crew across the city with something they're proficient in to avoid more conflicts, more fights?
I use maybe a survival check.
Survival.
to be able to take more off the route paths through Waterdeep with my own familiarity.
Yes, and because you lived here. So let's do that with Tyrion. Tyrion starts guiding the way with the help of Salem. Salem will also aid you in this. So you have advantage on this roll, actually, because you both are natives of Waterdeep.
So that is a dirty 20.
That is a critical success. As you guys are going through the halls and different alleyways of Waterdeep, multiple times you and Salem are about to turn a corner. You both stop. You hear the thunderous footfalls of a Gaestro. Stop. It passes in front of you. You guys turn to a different alley, backtracking some, and then making up for that time through your knowledge. Coming close to the area as Salem describes to you, Tyrion, as well as you're helping lead, where this particular research warehouse is. You guys end up at the warehouse with little to no harm upon any of you. As you enter into the warehouse, there are a group of gray hand in there, swords drawn as you walk in, and Salem puts his hands up and he goes, "It's all good. It's all good. It's just us. We're gonna take it to the front lines." And you see them look like, "Really?" And he's like, "That's worth a try." And you're like, "All right." Anastasia comes up. She's like, "This is your test run." As he nods, anybody that can carry this it's about 4 feet by 8, a little too high, by 6 feet, 4 by 8 cube, so 4 by 3 by 8.
Too strong. You lift box.
All right,
We
go.
can tag team it.
All right, the two of you give me straight rolls for the check here.
This is a straight roll.
Yeah, it's a strength. I mean,
Oh, okay.
strength check.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Natural 19 for a 23.
The two of you lift it. It is heavy, but the two of you are fine with it. You're able to pick it up. As you guys go outside, I need people to try and protect it as you are making your ways to the front lines to make sure nothing hits the box.
I'll use my shield.
Uh,
Try to block.
That's logical.
that is very logical. Give me. What else are you proficient in, Ignatius?
I'm proficient in athletics, insight, intimidation.
Athletics. That's a perfect athletics check.
Persuasion and survival.
As you have your shield out, you're using your athletics to try and block incoming arrows toward this box that Tellius and Charnook are moving to the front lines. As Salem is guiding you, Tyrion staying out of harm's way, also helping with, again, traveling through the streets, still off that 20. Zeph tailing
That
from the rooftops.
is 18.
18. One arrow gets throughout the long 20-minute duration. As it sticks into the wood, it does not pierce it, thankfully. As you see the knights of both the north, in particular that general you ran across that was all gold, a golden-looking elf. You see in his armor cutting down Cobalt soldiers as T formations are coming in, and you can see these blinding lights being cast onto the Cobalt wolves, and there's casters that can't see, and they're just firing off spells in the wrong directions as Grey Hand cavalry come in, sideswiping them and causing all sorts of chaos. You are starting to take higher routes and getting up toward the ramparts at this point. With those successes, I would say you guys now need to toss it where you can see where the armies are sort of in a chokehold point, funneling in. You need to toss this. Does anybody have some sort of check that might aid them in throwing this toward the kobolds as far as possible? You don't want this near you.
I am proficient in athletics. I think Gabriel sees that.
We did. What
We
else?
use strength. He said it was a strength.
I just did a straight strength roll last time. So we could do another.
I'm not proficient in that, so I could just eat him if that's possible.
Yeah, why don't we do another athletics check with the two of you, Charnook and Tullius, and it has a high
I
DC.
mean, I'm half proficient in everything.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what that counts for, but
Yeah, good enough.
Clear rules advantage because it's helmet.
Roll separately.
Athletics.
Yeah.
24.
That is a 22.
really nice. As the two of you throw it, I need everybody to give dex saving throws as Salem goes. Get down with advantage, because Salem's like, get down, you know this is coming.
Ooh,
22.
Okay?
15.
Okay?
Oh well.
Okay?
14.
Okay?
10.
Okay?
Oh god. The only Dexy voice, Luke.
Dexterity for this was a DC of 10 because you knew what was going on. As it carries over, the box crashes with the force of it hitting into the ground, and you see the sky light up as an explosion to the tune of about 5,000 fireball beads all ignite at once as this mushroom cloud of sorts, but not like an actual mushroom cloud, but this gigantic explosion rails out, shaking the walls of Waterdeep as all of you grip to the ground. Ignatius being thrown almost completely off the wall. Salem grabs onto his hand. Charnook being knocked back. Everyone holding on dearly as you just see this devastation of the armies after the explosion of that crate. The Mad Mage and the fight that you have, the Cobalt Forces army sieging Waterdeep is but mere 1,000 soldiers at best at this point, as the rest of Waterdeep's 15,000 strong are picking out the rest of them.
Ooh, nice. We outnumber them 15 to 1, lads.
It's probably more like 14 at this point now, but
14 to 1, lads.
the night settles as Salem goes, let's get out of here, and you guys get away from the front. Blackstaff and L'Oreal go to take what they need, but as the night is finishing up and the people are fighting, Waterdeep has been saved.
We defended our home.
We did it.
We inadvertently ran into this conflict that we weren't supposed to be a part of, and then saved it.
Yeah.
It worked out better.
One
We
absolutely.
also killed 4 of the wolf pack.
That's why I was so concerned at the other thing. I'm like, I need to know where you are because I need to know how many Wolfpack are alive by the Fanlin crew time. At this point, 5 out of the 7 Wolfpack are dead.
That means the final 2 are like super awesome.
They're the lieutenants.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are all equal in power. You
Oh,
killed
never mind.
5 of them.
Alright, let's
They,
go.
they all have their own little quirks, but
We have to find them.
there we are.
I have to get stronger so that Ragnar doesn't kill me next time.
While you guys are having fun, Ragnorum is training. While you guys are on quest, Ragnorum is training.
Well, he doesn't need training.
Super Draugr Death Lord.
As you guys are walking back through the streets, you see a group of folks screaming and shouting. It looks like citizens of Waterdeep, and they seem to be in some sort of fight right now. Possible looting was going on. As you rush over, Tullius, you see individuals, people running away from a shop, and they are in a panicked state of mind as they're trying to get away from what looks to be a shop of baked goods.
Oh no.
Tullius is not taking this
I'll
personally.
try to find the least panicked person and try to persuade them to calm down and tell me what happened.
All right, go ahead and roll a persuasion check. As they just keep putting their hands through their hair as they're like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Just get out of my shop. As you come over and you ease their panicness as they're like, oh my god, it's one of the heroes of Waterdeep. He's like, you can help me. These people, you're Tyrion, right?
Close enough.
Tyrion, inside here, these people started going crazy and they started attacking us. They started looting my shop. Would you please do something about this?
Is this your shop?
Yes, it is my baked goods shop. The most delicious baked goods in the world. Bakies.
Anything for bakies. They're famous around here. Yes, of course I'll help you.
Thank you.
Hi, Tyrion will help you.
Thank you, Tyrion. I will make a special dish named after you if you can save my shop.
Hear this?
Yeah, you're like 15 feet away as you all watch Tullius rush over.
Is there a shop called Bakey?
Yeah, there is now.
Is this guy named Ralmate?
No, thankfully, no. It is not Ralmate. This is not another Ralmate pop-up shop.
Alright,
This actually is shop. One of the looters.
I honestly don't care if it is or not. I just want to go.
All right, you enter into the shop and you see 3 people in here. You actually see one strangling the other as another one is just breaking all the foods, and he just smashes one food, smashing another food, and he's just yelling
Hi.
with every smash in food.
What's going on in here?
They're ignoring you.
I'll walk up to the guys, like strangling the other dude, and like pick him up, like bully style. Like,
Okay.
Grabbing the shirt.
All right, as you grab him by the shirt, the other one grabs you by the legs, and they're
I'll grab him then.
you grab him.
Like, I'll grab them both.
As you lift them both to eyesight, they have familiar markings of madness across their faces. And you hear one of them say, he struck down 3. He struck down 3. And the one goes, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Alright, I'm just gonna walk outside with those lads and ask for someone to restrain them.
Okay. Does anybody want to help restrain them?
I have room.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check, Chernuk.
21.
21. Easily you grab them. You just keep hearing, he struck them down. He struck them down. And the other one just keeps saying, it's coming. It's coming. As you walk back into the shop.
These lads have some sort of, familiar markings. You guys remember the lizard folk, yeah?
I thought we were safe over here from this kind of nonsense.
You'd think that. So, we should hand these over to someone for research.
Are these markings similar to what you saw in what's the other continent?
A tent.
Uptet.
Precisely the same.
I thought it was just lizard folk.
So did we.
But wasn't there that one elf guy also?
Oh yeah. He was the only anomaly though.
There was also my entire clan.
Oh yeah, never mind. You're right. Now that you bring it up, actually, it's all making sense.
Wasn't the elf guy not going crazy like these?
Yes, he was.
2, Ignatius. The other one has left the store as Tyrion brought him back. As the individual does thank you, dear Tyrion, thank you so much. I will pick up my shop and I'll make sure this shouldn't happen again. These hooligans in the night, bunch of crazy, drugged up idiots, as he ignores what's obviously very strange markings and goes into his shop.
Yes, remember, it was I, Tyrion, who saved the day. Don't forget it.
Come back in 2 weeks and I will have a special baked good just for you named the Tyrion.
If I may, I think a more apt name would be the Flame Tongue.
Perfect. You are so ingenious and strong, and whatever you say at this point, get out of my shop. I need to do this. I start cleaning up the shop. Hey, Tongue. He's internally grateful, and you've made an ally of the Bakies.
But, like, I'm Tyrion now, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
I did a good deed in your name. You're gonna be famous.
So you're just holding two madness humans at this point.
I am very worried about this. These are the first humans I've seen with this, and I don't want them to like bite me and anything.
They're wanting to. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let them.
Okay.
Bite me and a hoof to the jaw or something.
Okay. Where do you want to try and bring these creatures?
Yeah.
Is Salem with us?
What's that?
Is Salem with us?
No, not at this point. You guys branched off after he went to go. He has to fight all night. You guys have done your part. You literally pushed a demon back out of the deal here. So you're a lord of one of the 13 hells. So they're like, yeah, you guys, we'll come back to you tomorrow.
Jeez. I mean, we could take it with us and just tie him up for the night.
We've got a black box.
Just drop him off at the jail for now.
Ah,
I need sleep.
you're right. Alright, let's do that.
All right. As you guys go towards the jail, which is thankfully not towards the front side, occasional Cobalt soldiers are making their ways through alleys. Ignatius, you're getting lots of flashbacks, feeling the fighting in the streets, and multiple times when they turn the alley, even though they're fleeing, you strike out at them, cutting them down, not killing them, but like slowing their pace as you get a slash in as they run by. You guys make your way to the jails, and you see the jailer from last time. I believe I have a name. It should be right around here. It's also in the map. He's still there. Terry something. Strongarm, I believe? Yeah, I believe it's Terry Strongarm. Is there as he sees you guys approach with the two madness humans, and goes, looters. I expect nothing else. Crazy night we're having, isn't it? Oof.
Very important people, these two, by themselves and their own separate selves, and I know when comes in contact with them, okay?
Oh, God, are they sick?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but they got something that you don't want to get, alright?
All right. Well, I will be certain to get some help with this as well. Here, bring this in, and you guys go into the cages. They open them up, put them in separate cages, and he goes to get extra help. And you see one of the court mages walks in and sees this and starts looking over them and tries to cast some protective wards to make sure they don't get out. And he thanks you and says, keep me updated with what I'm supposed to do. Is somebody going to tell me what to do with these? Are you coming back tomorrow?
Someone sent over.
Okay. All right. Well, be safe. Apparently, there was a war going on.
There was a war going on?
Well, currently there is a war going on, and literally currently there's a war going on in the city right now. But as you know, Waterdeep will never fall. Yeah, I was a little nervous, but honestly, now I'm not so much.
Alright. I'll leave it.
Okay.
You exit the jail and you just see Tyrion lying on the ground. It looks like he's dead.
Turnu, why don't you carry him?
I grab him by his foot and say,
I'm not gonna do it.
We should-
You hear a laughing of Kolveth in your head, Tyrion.
we should probably notify either Blackstaff and or L'Oreal about the madness humans. That's definitely something they should be informed about.
I reach into the bag and I just pull out the black box and I just wave my hand.
Take it.
Yep.
Do I just talk into this?
I'm not even thinking.
Are there any buttons?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty dummy proof. Yeah. There's like 2 buttons.
Yes. I'm able to figure out how it works.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh boy. Okay. 15.
Yeah, easily. There's one button that seems red, and that one seems like outgoing, and there's a green one that seems like incoming.
Okay. Alright, I'll send a message in. I'll say, Blackstaff, we came in contact with three, right? There's 3.
2. Well, yeah, 3. 1 got away.
Oh, 1 got away, okay.
Yep. Yep.
We came into contact with 3 humans with madness markings on them, destroying a store. We were able to capture 2 of them and brought them to the prison. One of them got away, so we might want to keep an eye out for him as well, but we should definitely check out the 2 that we have in prison, decide what we should do with them.
Okay. And the message ends. This isn't immediate. This isn't like sending, so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And also, I'm pretty sure it goes directly to Salem, not
Yeah. Sure does.
I don't know how these.
I know, it's great.
That's what's funny.
It's great. Okay. What would the rest of you like to do? The night is yours.
Guys, we have to go check the bar. Is the bar open?
All right. You return to the bar with Zeph going rooftop to rooftop as you guys walk through the streets. Finally, when you approach the bar, you do notice there is little bits of charcoal on the bar. There's some smoke damage has carried throughout the city and hit many of the houses. Thankfully, where your bar is the opposite side in which the siege is happening, in the sense of it's on the same wall ramparts, but they're basically at the southern part, and you guys are at the northern part of the ramparts or the walls that protect you. So they're coming from the south into Waterdeep. So you were almost as far away as you could be, unless you were diagonal up to the top of Waterdeep. Entering into the bar, you can see people huddled in here. Some of the regular patrons. You see Matthew Mercer in here. Any of the normal people, your bar, Grit is in here, as well as all of the chefs, the barmaids, and they're all together. They have supplies, they have weapons drawn, all scared for their lives as you guys walk in. Chanuk, is everything all right? We heard we were being under siege.
We've taken large efforts to drive back the forces attacking us.
Oh.
We're about as far away from the fighting as possible here, so no need to worry about anything tonight.
You see their shoulders releasing, many of them talking how they're going to stay here anyway. They don't feel safe going back home or going through the streets right now as the city's under attack. There's plenty of extra rooms at this. Jockin is with you at this point in the group. All of you have now re-met up, and it is about 5 a.m. in the morning as the sun is coming up.
Salvo, when I wake up in 8 hours, I would love you.
You will have a meal ready for you when you wake up.
I love you so much, Gustavo. Thank you for everything.
And I love each and every one of you. And he goes into the kitchen with a giant butcher knife in hand.
I go to bed.
Okay.
So,
Be still on his back.
Perfect.
Alright, Zenya, we're having a sleepover.
As you
No,
all...
I would have tapped you and just be like, this is be done.
That's strong.
You drop him out in front of his room.
I'll just grab a chair and face the front door and watch it.
Sure.
I'll drag Tyrion into his room.
As you go to open the door is locked.
Why is your door locked?
I don't know. I'm just gonna knock on the door.
It opens ever so slightly. You see an eye peeking out. Can I help you? What's the magic word?
I'm just gonna push the door open.
A bucket of water falls on you.
I don't even care.
And you see Cole with, yeah, every time. And he turns into a crow and flies up to the top of the ceiling.
I'm just gonna chuckle and go to bed.
All right. Opening your room, Tellius.
Please tell me he's not in there.
No one is in there and your room is
Thank
fine.
God.
All right. The group takes a long rest beside Zeph, who is not needed, as he sits talking with some of the worried individuals of the bar that night. Matt Mercer, the barmaid, and the waiter. They all end up falling asleep at the quiet conversation in the surrounding chairs behind Zeph. And nobody comes to your door throughout the night. You do hear the clanking of armor for the next 8 hours throughout the streets, and yells and shouts, but most of it sounds like the yells and shouts of orders coming from the army of Waterdeep. It does not sound like any enemy shouts, and it's movements and occasional horses going by, the foot stomps of the golems that clean the streets of Waterdeep. And about as the 8 hours go by, you all awake around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Throughout the night, Gustavo, that's the chef, hands you some snacks and some food, Zeph, to keep you full. As everyone comes down in the morning, in the afternoon, there is breakfast platters laid out for everybody as they're able to eat eggs, cheeses, there's some breads and meats all laid out as each of you trickle out with a full rest.
I don't think I want to.
Things never dull around here, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
No, it's good. Reminds me of the good old days in the army.
You served.
He asked if you served.
Yeah, and Scober.
What was that like?
A lot of drills, a lot of training, a lot of order. Occasionally a scuffle or two. But there were times where it definitely got more interesting. Civil War, for example.
Yeah, what happened with all that? Why was the Civil War? What happened?
Well, the king in Skoberheim has his enemies. They just got to the point where the king was sick of it and everyone else against him was sick of him and didn't want him anymore and came to a head.
In addition, many of his enemies did use it as an excuse, and he used it as an excuse. It was the assassination that you remember of the supreme leader that plunged Skoberheim into the Civil War because of their religious figure being killed.
Yes. Yes, and what really broke the camel's back and sent Skoberheim into a spiraling mess was the murder of the supreme. What was it? The supreme religious leader.
Supreme leader, yeah, it works.
The supreme leader of faith in Skoberheim. After that, both sides kind of used it as a reason to act. Road into the Civil War.
What put more fuel on the fire was the very strange trial where those responsible were exiled
Yes.
instead of executed like normal.
Yes. So strangely, the people who went on trial for the murder were exiles instead of like any normal case. They would have been executed.
Did you see the trial?
Was that? I mean, I would have been in the city. I don't know if it was at the trial.
You weren't at the trial, but you were in the city during that time. You were on duty making sure people were staying in order, as this would be a ground-shaking event, as the supreme leader of Corlin's faith was murdered in cold blood.
I could not make it. I had to maintain my post, make sure everything in the city was still in order, nothing crazy going on. So I was not able.
Very, very important to make sure you stay the post and maintain order. Absolutely, I agree with that 100%.
Yes, well, soldier's duty is to follow orders, so.
Good soldiers follow orders. Good soldiers follow orders.
That's right. And then everything turned to chaos. And friend from foe, neighbor, all become blurred.
Give me
Fighting
Give me a history check
for. Okay.
with advantage because you lived it.
Okay, history. Oh. Oh man, I rolled 18 twice.
Nice.
And I get +0, so that's 18.
Given your recent encounters as well, based on your train of thought you were just talking about, of, it started to get confusing during the fights and who was fighting who. It's now sort of dawned on you in a new light that there was infighting between the Valkyries, and the Valkyries were fighting each other during the Civil War.
Even now that I think about it, even the Valkyries, like there was fighting between all they united as one unit, but it was such a crazy time that even the Valkyries were fighting each other. Like I said, friend and foe, neighbor, what you were fighting for, nothing made sense. It was just a mess.
What happened at the end?
In the end, the king put an end to the little insurrection. Everyone against him was rounded up, executed. People ran, people tried to get away, people tried to do whatever they could to survive. The end of the war was almost worse than the war itself.
That's horrible.
Yes, it was. I mean, I trust you all, so you should know that I deserted. Let's go around it. That was not took too kindly from many of the people there, the king himself, obviously. And there are many people who are looking for deserters, so I guess this is a good point. That's something we might come across. Agrees or whatnot, looking for deserters. But as I said, what I was fighting for and what anyone was doing didn't make as much sense anymore. When the king ordered hands of my own men just to keep civilians from getting massacred.
There are others who deserve pity.
Yes, there are many it did not sit well with. We didn't rise up together. We each individually made our decisions. Afterwards, I was able to go into contact with them. And I had a little crew I ran around with for a little while of other deserters. After a while, they wanted to lay low. So I went out on my own. And that's everything.
That I understand.
I can't hold person.
You son of a bitch! You lied to me. Everybody gets a D10 inspiration die.
Great.
That was excellent role playing, and I loved it.
I was like, I think now's as good a time as any.
Yeah, Ignatius's backstory. You nailed it.
I was like, I can't wait to tell everybody he deserted.
Yeah.
Way.
Oh,
Yeah, but yeah, Ignatius had to fight his own men to keep civilians from getting massacred. That's a big thing. And so, yeah, I held him off as long as I could, and then the king himself showed up. And I had been fighting for far too long. I was exhausted, and he was too much. I was an inch from death. I got knocked off a cliff, basically, and fell almost to my death. That's when the storm found me and healed me. I started trying to follow the will of the force. That was at my lowest point. It tried to show me a new path.
I don't think any of you have seen the walls of Skoberheim. Zeph actually would have seen the walls of Skoberheim. He fell off the fucking walls of Skoberheim. Yikes. But yeah.
Tyrion might have passed by it at some point.
Yeah, so Tyrion, you would have been familiar with it too. That's a good point. Yep, you would have. So,
Sounds like it all works everywhere.
It was a dark time. Today went much better. But yeah, so now the king kept his crown. Skoberheim's in lockdown. Who knows what he's up to? I joined the army to protect the people of Skoberheim. And when the king just wanted the army to be his hit force for anyone in his way, that wasn't what I signed up for.
That's the right thing to do.
I've never regretted it.
Gustavo comes in with his second helping. Phil tops off all your glasses. As a hand goes on your shoulder, Ignatius, and you get this very nod of. He says to you, "You're a good man, Ignatius." As he goes back to the kitchen.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Right. So, is there still fighting happening in the streets?
You can go check if you want.
I'll peek my head out the door.
As when you returned last night, there's no fighting going on outside your door, but there's still the sounds of some clashing in the distance. On top of the building, you can see, I'd say, people, still formations moving, but at the far end where there's still a smoke cloud from what you guys did last night. It's not as high, it's just a very, an echo of what it once was, still simmering where you dropped the fireballs. In the distance, there seems to still be a little conflict going on right there, but the streets have been locked down. You see barriers have been erected all throughout the streets. Actually, from where you are on top of the house, as you turn over, you can see in the harbor, there is 3 cobalt ships in the harbor that have been impaled by giant spikes that seem to be coming from under the ground. They came from the bay area, these spikes through the ships.
Should we talk to Salem and see if we need to do anything?
That's a good idea. See if there's anything we can do to help wrap up.
Okay.
Staff counts this as my community service.
Joke's on you. You already served your community service a couple days ago.
Oh,
You already did it. And you're gonna have to do a lot more of it now that a bunch of the city is in ruins.
Yep.
oh no.
Oh, I guess time to go adventuring.
Oh, shoot.
You know,
See,
we got this lead about Rudolph, so we gotta go catch him.
Gotta go
Sorry
to.
to break this to you, Charnook, but I think with the city and its state, there's going to be a lot of community service that's going to get called in. I don't think anyone's getting it off.
Do you use a sending spell to go contact Salem, or do you just try and track him down? What are you up to? He hasn't replied to your message yet from the black box. That's still with Ignatius. Ignatius, he never gave it back yet.
Oh, Tyrion. I almost forgot. Here is your black box.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Store it away.
Haven't heard back, so not sure what's going on. There's no harm for us just to look.
Okay.
Let's make our way to the Grey Hood.
Yeah, let's go to Grey Hood.
As you guys go to the Grey Hood, you do see a couple individuals there, Grey Hood soldiers. They look exhausted. Ask like the pandemic we're going through right now, where you just see the nurses and the doctors just in the hallways.
Rest of my life.
Yes, exactly your life. Yeah. I thought I was getting away from this, Reed. Thanks. Or in general warfare, the same exhaustion that they have been fighting all night, and the gray of their hoods has now been turned black by all the soot that has been accumulating on their wares as you enter into the Grey Hood. You guys are just standing there.
Salem around.
He should be returning any time now. He was doing one last run. Oh, it's you guys. I heard some crazy shit last night. Is any of that true? Did you guys
You would not believe the night we had.
The other one looks up. The feeling's mutual. The feeling is mutual.
We don't even believe the night we had.
We heard you guys came in on a cloud?
Oh, I don't know about that.
That didn't happen.
Oh. That.
Bad
We
mage
had,
did
that
that.
would have been cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's probably right. The other one hits him. I told you totally the man mage.
The
Who
bad
el-
mage came in on a storm cloud. It was pretty cool.
What was that, Zeph?
Tyrion saved the bakery.
Now that I heard. You see another one stand up. I heard. And I heard there's a new flame tongue pie coming. That is the bit of good news you need during these times.
Put my hand on Tully's shoulder.
Let's give him a wink.
Yeah.
God. God's above. What a night. If we can withstand what we did, There's no doubt that Waterdeep is the strongest fortress in all the land. I had our doubts, and we love to hear all that banter from the guards here at Waterdeep, but I mean, they put their money where their mouth was. We did as best a job we could. It's truly something to see actual action. Normally it's so much of hiding within the shadows and doing as much as we can, but this is... It's exciting and devastating and terrifying, and I don't even know how to process all these emotions. The other one puts the drink down. This is how you process them. And he goes, right you are. And one of the bartenders at the Gray Hood goes, you around for all of you. As he lays it down on the house, as it always is, it's an open bar here, for Gray Hands. About 20 minutes goes by and Salem comes through. You can see utter exhaustion on Salem. As soon as he comes in, he takes off his gray hood, and you see him in these black tight wears of just normal clothes and black boots. All sorts of mud and gore on the boots, and some on his clothing, rips and tears. He has not slept yet as he comes into the bar and he sees all of you. You know, somehow I expected this. Tell me you're here for a drink and not for another adventure into another noble's residence.
No, I heard this rumor. I'm just fucking with you.
You see him just... Oh, thank God. As he sits at the bar and he just waves and he goes, thank you, as he's given his pitcher and he starts drinking some ale. And he takes out his black box and he goes, oh, dear God, don't be the black staff, don't be the black staff. As he clicks it, and he starts hearing Ignatius's voice, and he goes, oh. And then he pauses, he's like, I don't need to hear this, then you're here.
Yes. We ran into a few madness humans. One of them got away, so we should keep a lookout for him. But two of them we were able to incapacitate and bring to the prison.
He turns to Tyrion. You said you didn't have any rumors from me, is what you told me.
I mean, that's not a rumor. We were there.
Secondary thing.
You're right. That must be the exhaustion kicking in. What you stated was a fact. And that hurts all the much more.
Well, two of them are in the prison, so they're pretty secure right now.
Okay. Well, that's good
You
news.
don't have to worry about them immediately.
What did they look like? Madness? Is the similar... can any of you show me?
Crazy tattoo things, all acting insane.
Oh, boy. Well... Oh... You see him just zone out for a moment as he's like that point of exhaustion, you know, when you just start zoning, your thoughts just took you somewhere else, and then he comes back for a second. Right. We will probably have to deal with this immediately. I will contact Blackstaff. I think she just got to sleep, so I will leave a message for Blackstaff.
Probably for the best.
Yeah,
Let's
I
not
don't
do
have
that
any
again.
more of that frostbite.
We've seen that in the morning. Not great.
You woke her up.
Well, we didn't personally wake her up. I mean, her seven did, but yeah,
We showed up way too early.
way too early.
Yeah, it was to save your butt.
Oh my
That's right.
God. Well, now I'm eternally grateful because I can't imagine the amount of community service you now have to do.
I think we did enough last night.
Probably. I think that qualifies. You know, as he turns to you, people wanted me to believe you were dead. People told me to give up on you all. And then here we are again, months later, saving Waterdeep all over again. I cannot wait to throw the largest party ever once all this is settled and the war's over.
Bigger than ours?
much bigger than yours because I have what they call a governmental budget.
Probably some pretty good connections.
You're not kidding. One of which no longer exists. We should probably work on tracking down the rest of the Castellanton family. We still have Victorio. He's in a special holding cell with a gray hand monitor. All right, well, we will investigate those as soon as possible. I'll go leave the message. And the war front is nearly taken care of. It would seem there are but maybe a platoon or two hanging out, a couple corps, maybe 200 to 300 of them, holding out in certain areas, barred in, fighting to the end. They are fanatical through and through. The swords of the Kobold generals that you dispatched last night were gathered. Fun fact, very evil, very sentient. We're locking those away so nobody can get those. You're welcome to try, as in try to get it from Blackstaff. She is now taking those. I believe the first phrase that was uttered when I picked up the sword was, "Your soul is mine, I cannot wait to devour it." I decided...
Like 3 people in line for mine taking away.
That's bad.
It's bad. I still have to go get Xandathar. He's still probably in the vault. That's on the agenda to do. That was what I was supposed to do 2 nights ago.
I swear.
No. It's a place we like to coin the vault. It's an interesting... He gets up mid-sentence and goes and dials the phone to Blackstaff and starts talking. Yeah, I'm sure they can explain something or make something up as he goes into the next room.
So he is weak. Oh, he's sending.
Yeah.
I want this scar.
As you see the giant red X scar on Charnuk's face as Charnuk leans into Ignatius.
I explained to him in very exaggerated all about that.
That is a very nice scar. It almost matches mine.
Yeah, mine hurts a lot all the time though. It's pretty healthy.
As you think about it, it burns your face again.
Yeah, mine does not do that. That's worse. What kind of scar is that?
It's the kind a dead super king in the
A dead super king.
yeah. Good old Harry.
I know who that is.
Make a history check.
My first
So it's
guess.
Iris.
Euiris knows. Let me tell you.
Natural 1.
You
I'm
fig-
not sure where I am right now.
What year is it?
What year? How'd I get here?
A memory starts to come to your mind. Back in Skoberheim, there was a point of interest about a name like that. It's very foggy. And then you think about falling like 150 feet from the walls of
I remember
Skoberheim.
something in Skoberheim. Ah, Skoberheim. Ooh, Skoberheim.
Yes. Doesn't ring a bell.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, well, right now he's dead, and he's a lich actually. So technically.
Guessing I know what a lich is.
Yeah. That's a freebie. You can have a lich.
Oh,
Everyone knows what that is.
okay, yeah.
You weren't sure they're real, but after the night you've had, you'll take them at face value. These are typical stories they say to scare children. Nope, not stories. Not stories.
Liches are real. Good to know.
Yeah, I don't really want to go back into the vault.
No, like now that I know they're real, I'm gonna put them on my list of things to avoid. Liches, right? Boom. Avoid. Ouch, why would he do that to you?
Well, you know how you should always stay at your post when you have one.
Yes, we agreed on that. You said it was very important.
Do you remember the fancy wolf that I had last night?
Yeah, the big yellow one? Was it yellow or white?
Yellow green. No, you're good.
Okay.
There are like four of those. It was my job in my plan over on the other continent to walk one of them. And I may or may not have managed to lose it while I was in town gambling.
Your scar burns really bright.
Can I see that?
It's like it burns for him, but you can see it's getting redder. So it's kind of like getting flush in your face type of deal. It's not like a glowing beacon.
Okay.
Yeah, so now it's my job to go and find who's responsible for taking it and make sure they all get back to their right homes. But also, it really sucks because it's really hard and they're all really powerful artifacts, so people are looking for them and it's not just as easy, you know, oh, it's over here in the bushes, I guess I'll bring that home. But, no, I have to fight Godzilla monsters and things and stuff. It's all. I wouldn't hurry up.
Well, I guess that's a story in warning that staying at your post is very important.
Yeah.
And I look forward in trying to help you restore these orbs and hopefully get that scar off your face. Although, if I may say, you pull it off.
Oh, well, thank you. Much. But I can't wait until it's gone. It's seriously awful.
Salem comes back into the room. I talked to Blackstaff. She's gonna go investigate. She was actually still up. There is bad news. The heroes we know, two of them were killed, and another of my friends, Calgary, was killed last night. Mosnell and Ulazal are no longer with us. Apparently they were confronted by Escott earlier this morning, and they are no more. There is more bad news. Nature's hold has fallen, and there is going to be a great meeting happening at the Frozen Fortress in about 3 days' time. We will try to arrive there as we can. I am unsure if you would like to join us or not, but Waterdeep's representatives will be there. A meeting to decide how the war will progress. It seems like the North has lost a lot. Far more than they didn't have the warnings we had. We were lucky enough to have the folks give us critical information so we could prepare for the Cobalt Wolves and the Cobalt Alliance. And we also have miles and miles of land that help distance us from the stronghold in the capital city.
Just when you thought we had a victory, there's defeat as well.
This was apparently a coordinated assault by the Cobalt Alliance to take Nature's Hold and Waterdeep all in one night. I don't quite understand how you hero types find your way in the midst of the literal eye of the storm, but somehow your counterparts found Escott Grandier and fought him. I have word that Calgary's remains will be sent to Waterdeep as soon as possible. the gray hands stationed up there are doing their best. And the Cobalt Wolf is currently one of the generals that attacked Yin Yang, is in the process of being interrogated. So I will follow up in the coming days to see how that goes. This group did some seemingly impossible things, like the lot of you did. So maybe we have the gods on our side despite the always awful news of war.
Are these the ones from the mountain?
These are. These are the very same. I don't believe you ever had the chance to meet any of them. If you come to the meeting, you will have the opportunity.
I think that would be a fantastic idea.
Well, we will set up a temporary teleportation to the frozen forest in 3 days' time to get to the meeting. Yeah. You see Salem just sort of cell shocked. You can tell he's taking that. Losing Mosnell and Ulazal in Calgary really, really hard. And
Well, let's have a drink in their memory then.
yes,
Mosnell, Ulazal, and Calgary.
you see all the gray hand as well inside here. Everyone raises these, their mugs, and they all do a toast to their fallen comrades. And Salem says, to everyone who's given their lives in these 5 years of war to fight against this darkness that plagues our lands, to everyone that still fights for independence, freedom from this Cobalt Alliance, may they all find peace soon. And everyone here and cheers as they put the mugs down and take their drinks and all that. Salem looks to all of you and is like, I'm going to get some sleep. Is there anything else you need of me before?
You got nothing for us to do right now.
No, the forces, unless you want to go fight the rest of the platoons, I feel like we have that under control. All right.
Rest well. Some drinks.
You see him look at you. Enjoy your drinks as he goes into the back room and down the stairs. Okay. You have 3 days to decide whether or not you want to go to the north. And you have 3 days to do what you want during the city of Waterdeep.
Why don't we go back to the bar and discuss what to do as a group?
You guys say your farewells to the gray hand that you have befriended, and you travel through the streets. A little more normalcy is coming to this 8-hour siege of sorts. Actually, more than that, about a 14-hour siege.
Is it possible for me to keep a sharp eye out for anyone acting very strangely
Yes,
that they would not
give me a perception check.
I'm also gonna like split off the and search for this person.
Sure.
12.
12. Tough to tell where you're at. Zeph, not saying much to your group, just says nothing. Goes off, very Zeph-like. Branches off to go track down the individual. So, what'd you? I would do a survival because now you're tracking.
I'm also gonna use my my Privy Awareness.
Okay.
I can detect within 1 mile if there's apparitions, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, or fiends or undead within 1 mile.
You get a whole bunch of fucking shit on your radar of all those things. You're in Waterdeep. It just pings all around you. Not dragon. No, fuck you. Everything but that. Ugh. So it doesn't help you so much, and it is a human that you're tracking, so.
Yeah, survival's 18.
18. Going back to the scene of the crime last night, you see the baker there being like, oh, just you wait, Tyrion. When Tyrion hears this, you're ignoring him completely and utterly as you're checking the survival stuff. You see he went through the alleys, causing more problems. Give me another survival check as you're on the path. 16. You find yourself going toward the southwestern side, more toward the docks. As you find yourself near the docks, the random like fingernail scratches across places and people being like, I saw some strange shit as you ask around, starts to come to a simmer. Give me one more survival check as you're trying to locate them. 17. You get hot on the scent again going down the docks. You're seeing that he was like touching every post on the docks on the way down and putting scratches into them. Eventually finding him down near the shores around the side of Waterdeep with rocks, and he just seems to keep banging his hand with a rock on the shores right now. It is a horrible mess that is very grotesque.
I'm just gonna take some rope out, fashion a little loop, tie it around it, pull it towards the jail.
Doesn't even acknowledge you as he just keeps the motion up, and you hear him muttering the words over and over again. Collapse, collapse, collapse. As you bring him to the jails. When you arrive at the jails, give me a stealth check. Unless you want to talk to the officers. Yeah. I figured Seth wouldn't want to.
It's 16.
Oh, 16. I actually have to roll. Let's see if they see you. Nope. That's a 4. Easily enough, they're distracted as people are... You actually see the black staff talking with the guards outside the cells as you come in with this one with ropes all around, and you just sort of drop it there. You can choose to tell them or just walk away like Batman.
Just gonna walk away, assuming that they're gonna see him within a few
Easily.
minute or so.
Easily, they will see that. As you see, as you start walking out, you see Blackstaff go, was that there? And you see the guard go, you think that's the third one? Yeah, probably. Unless... she just... Her shoulders shrug. And you then can make your way back to the group. That probably took you about an hour and a half to go get all the tracking down. So the group at the table is discussing during the hour and a half. Zeph tracks down the last Madness individual. What they want to do. What do you want your next mission to be is what's happening right now. If you want me to remind you what options are available, I can do that as well.
We have the work mission trying to find out all the temples, right?
Yes, you have the orb mission trying to find all the temples.
We have the meeting in the north for 3 days.
You have the meeting in the north 3 days.
We're investigating the madness exactly in
You can do that. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can...
We are trying to track down Radar
You know? Yep.
That's like the belly, isn't it?
in a sense.
That is complete enemy territory, but that is the track of train of thought of Readoff can get the potions hopefully to help bring Eve back so you can revive Shalmir. That's the logic on that quest. What was the other thing? Oh, and you have the Vault with Xandathar. So you have 5 different leads right now. Madness, Vault with Xandathar, find the orbs, which you have leads on each one, specifically the fire one. Charnook, you have a really good idea where it is in the north. You have the meeting in 3 days, and I forgot one. Was it read off again? Okay. They're all there. They're all on the table. You all have options. So the Super Smash Brothers voice, choose your character, but choose your quest.
The vault is happening tomorrow.
Yes. Salem's gonna go to the Vault tomorrow.
We could feasibly go there and still be in time for the meeting in the north if we want to do that. If we set out on
Oh no, everybody froze. Everybody's come back. Come back. Baby, come back.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Everyone's back.
Hi.
Everyone's back. We're good. We're
It
good.
was really laggy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone froze for a second.
Yep.
So we're
Since we have two very time-sensitive items, I think we better do those. We got one tomorrow, one in 3 days. Might as well knock those out.
so I personally would prefer not to go into the vault if I don't have to. Like I could just wait outside and yeah, but if I don't have to go back in there, that'd be great.
I mean, since we're here for 3 days, while we're in town, we can work on tracking down where the madness came from. And that's something when we're not in the vault, because we have 3 days, we can be working on that. And if you don't want to go into the vault, you can just continue working on that.
It's true. Could do
I would bring in at least one other person, buddy system.
Good idea.
So we can split on that day. Some of us go to the vault, some of us continue researching the madness.
I don't know if we should not be a group when we confront Xanathar.
Yeah, that's also a thing.
Do I know who Xanathar is?
Give me a history check.
I've had a lot of those tonight.
You're new.
12.
Do you know what your name is?
You've heard about Xanathar because he's a crime lord in Waterdeep. So when it comes to order and what guards need to be filled in with, just one of the crazy creatures in that crazy lawless town across the way.
Do I know what he is? Do I at least know he's not, humanoid?
Yeah, he's like, you don't know what, but he's a monster. So you're thinking probably some kind of bear beast or something like that, Some animal looking thing. You're certainly not expecting a beholder.
Sure. Okay. Santa, isn't he some crime lord monster?
Have it? I mean, yes. Do you know what kind of monster? Have you ever heard of a beholder?
Matt, do you have a picture?
Matt walks over. Why, I actually have an excellent sketch of Xanathar right here as he opens what is now a beholder in front of you, the golden blue beholder with his fish. It actually was like a self-portrait that apparently has been drawn. And, and he looks very regal with his upper lip up and his eyes squint down as he's looking up into the side. This
So,
is
so you see that big eye?
Ignatius.
He might be frozen.
I think he can't hear us.
Brian. Brian. Can you hear us?
He's hacking the mainframe.
Maybe the batteries in his headsets died.
Brian.
He's
You guys type? Oh, is he typing?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm just guessing.
Is he falling asleep now? Oh,
Oh.
did he have a seizure? That would be bad, and I wouldn't want to capture that on tape. So, you guys want to do the Beholder while he takes his time. So, you're thinking about visiting Xanathar in the vault. And then, what else?
Is it really necessary for us to be at the vault or up at the meeting?
Up to you guys. Oh, the boxes.
I don't know. What do we gain?
Because we all, I mean, we can't just, if we're trying to find Rudolph to help revive Shalimir, we shouldn't leave that for too long.
I agree. It seems one thing or another is postponing that plan for as long as possible.
Another tear down the jar of ashes.
Why don't we rank our priorities? And maybe that'll help make a decision.
Do it.
So, priority number 1 is revive Shalmir? Question mark.
I agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Priority number 2 is get the orb, right?
Restore the elemental balance of the world as we know it.
Yeah. To do so, we would need Shalmir, right? So that's kind of like why. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Great. And then I think everything else after that is kind of like equal priority, right?
Well,
I mean, it's not like we have to do everything for everyone, right?
Zeph,
Like,
you
the
come
Black
back at
Pirates
this point
or the Grey
and join the
Hounds
table.
is-
Say that again, Rick.
You join the table now after your adventure of getting the madness person. You join the table.
Sit down. I got the third one.
Wait, what?
In the jail.
Oh, okay, so now we only have we have less stuff to worry about. Nice, easy.
Nice. That's good. Time
Well done.
one loose ends taken care
Yeah.
of. That's good.
All right. Okay, so revive Shalmir, get the orb, and then, I mean, after that, we'll just let the Grey Hands sort of take care of stuff, and if they need help, we'll help them out, right?
yeah, it's not like they can't contact us.
No, yeah, exactly. All right, cool. Excellent. Decision
Do we-
made.
Do we not want to go to this meeting then?
I don't think we need to.
I don't.
We
I mean,
gotta
like
say,
they could bring messages back for us, right?
I mean,
Oh,
what's,
yes.
what's the point of what would our role
Yeah.
be?
Why would we need to be there? Yeah.
That's true.
Security. Make sure things don't go awry.
Also, by the way, so see this picture here. As Matt Mercer brought out a picture of a beholder to you.
Yes, Ignatius, you now are seeing a picture of a beholder for the first time in your life.
See, so this big eye,
Hmm.
if it's looking at you, you can't use magic.
That just sounds like some bullshit to me.
And it gets rid of magic it looks at. Magic is just off while it's looking at you. And then each of those little eye stalks, they shoot different spells. One of them shoots my disintegrate spell.
So let's not fight it.
If we do fight it, we should be as a group, not split up.
Understood. Yeah.
Great time.
I don't know. The magic canceling eye. That sounds like cheating to me. I don't know.
All your responses is how I hear Luke talk in my head whenever Nissa hits the field in Magic the Gathering Arena.
Oh, right. I was supposed to complain to Luke about it because I played Reed
Yeah,
yesterday.
and Nissa was just.
Oh, no. Nissa.
Oh. Up to you guys. Do as you
But
please.
I think it's reasonable to confront Xanathar as a team, and then make our way over to Minna to look Reed off.
Hmm.
We gotta bring back Shalmir!
That's good.
All right.
Maybe we
Rather
should
not
do
face down a beholder if not necessary. Who knows? Maybe he's friendly.
All right. So, you guys can go right toward next day with Salem and the Vault, or going to the Vault, or you guys can do something else with your day if you need be. If you are
I was
still
gonna spend some time during the day helping put out fires.
okay,
Yeah, I'll go help the neighbors clear up the debris in their yards and stuff.
doing so, especially publicly, gives all of you that do help public recognition, and the affinity everybody has for you in Waterdeep increases.
I was gonna do the
Hey,
same.
check out our bar. Buy our merch.
As you're like helping move rubble and stuff, you see those two of your favorite guards being like, look at these full service individuals. First they give you a good night, and then they pick your town back up. Oh, I say, this is something else. I tell you what. You tell me what? I'll tell you what. Oh, you want to go right here on the streets? Oh, no. We keep it off the streets. We keep it off the streets as they're walking by.
Also, just going around and like putting out fires and cleaning debris and stuff.
Yeah.
If there's anyone hurt, I'll do some healing as well.
Most certainly. Plenty of people hurt. Mainly soldiers, though. Few civilians were caught up in the crossfire.
I got
I'll
nothing.
alternate between
Okay.
with rubble and healing.
You
I
and
got nothing else to do. I'm just gonna throw 'em.
You and Charnook have the awful task with a bunch of other soldiers that got stuck at one point toward the end of the day to move a giant dead Gaistro body.
This sucks.
So that takes the better part of like 2.5 hours to cart
Can
this
I,
thing
like,
around.
slice the body with my scimitar and like make it ice and like shatter it instead?
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you
Would
that.
that be faster?
Yeah, that'd be faster. Your creativity
Nice.
rewards you, and all the guards are like, thank God. Oh, you saved 2.5 hours and 30 minutes of very brutal and very violent slashing. So I don't know. I'm glad the kids didn't see that, but
It needs to be done. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep this one off the streets.
you see the other two guys in the background down the alley. Yes! Hear it echoing. Oh.
At the end of the day, I would like to find Ignatius.
Okay.
By the way, Ignatius, you know my ring? Before you go to sleep tonight,
Oh, that's right.
we should put more healing, like a strong healing spell in it.
Sure. I'll just do it right now. Might as well before we forget, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to a level 5. Up to
Up to
5
level
total level. So
Up
like,
to 5 total. Oh, might as well use a level 4 then. Unless you want to do. Wait. Can you
So
hold
before we
one
did-
spell or
it can hold as many spells up to 5 total levels.
5 levels? Okay. Alright, so do you want to do a bunch of little ones? 2 medium ones? How do you want
We
to
could do like one big one, I was thinking.
One big one. Okay. Well, I can do a 4th level. There's the mass healing word to get a bunch of people. I can do healing word at 4th level, or cure wounds is probably, if you're hitting one person, cure wounds at 4th level is going to do the most good.
Okay.
Unless you want to do life transference, but that can get a bit dicey.
Does it do it? You said it does necrotic damage?
Yes, it
That
does.
would be bad for me. Because I have
Yes.
resistance, so it would lower the level of healing.
No, well, is
how
it
would
where
that
you could?
work?
Do you take the damage, but then you take half damage and whatever the
So-
initial
so
damage
you-
roll?
You take 4d8 necrotic damage, and one creature your choice you can see within range regains the number of hit points equal to twice the necrotic damage you take.
Oh, but you take. So yeah, no, it
I don't
wouldn't
know,
be good.
but like you.
So it would lower, because of my ring, it would lower the amount of healing you give.
I guess it's
We could just do like one level cure wounds for some nice chunk of HP.
4th level cure wounds,
Yeah.
and then we could do like a 1st level something.
Yeah.
Rest of you, what else are you doing while they're getting their spells together? And
I'll just like go ravaging shops or anything, and see if there's any key to the any clues on people
Do you-
turning madness.
Give me an investigation check.
Natural 20 or 24.
And a charisma check.
Just straight charisma.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or I'll do persuasion. No, persuasion. It makes sense for persuasion.
uh,
Wait, do you have masculine?
oh wait, 7.
Yeah, I do.
We could just put that in. The fifth one.
But I mentioned that.
As you're
That one-
as you're walking about the town and through your investigations and through talking to some people, they seem very happy as they've heard about your valor on the battlefield yesterday inside the streets of Waterdeep. They're happy to open up to you and try and help you in whatever your pursuits are. And you get some ideas that some people have been acting very strangely after they came into port. And with that roll an investigation check, you're able to track down the very ship that seems to have been docked in port that had the madness. Some crew members, the ones that were in the jail cells for the madness, and you do realize this is the same ship you all came in on to Waterdeep from originally Old Town in a Tet. You took that ship all the way to Waterdeep. You haven't gone on the ship yet, but you have the location with that natural 20 that this is where those 3 people originated from. And they seem to be self-isolating on the ship right now.
Well, I'll
wonder
bring
what
that
that's
back to my people. I'll put the alarm spell across the dock where the dock meets the ship.
Yep, the board is picked
If
up right
anybody
now.
crosses it,
Yep,
yeah, if anybody crosses it, then I'll know.
perfect. Okay,
Tyrion, why don't we do 4th level mass healing word and then 1st level cure wounds?
Okay.
All right,
cool beans.
that's what we'll do.
As the night, as you get into the night, both Tyrion and Charnook are exhausted from all the help they've done with the city at this point. You see the likes of L'Oreal and Blackstaff at different points helping as well. Many different mages, both on the council members, and you see philanthropy from the richest people around, it's filling the void of the Castle Lanterns. They are handing out breads and foods to people who were affected where the siege did hit the hardest, from the civilians that were hurt. And it seems like the town is rallying awfully quickly, repairing the hole in the wall. And information that did finally get back to you is that they actually came within Waterdeep that allowed for the wall to get destroyed. It seems like there was some sort of cooperation to find one of the teleport circles that has now been destroyed inside Waterdeep that they came through, and something with the Castle Lanterns. They seem to have been working in conjunction with the Cobalt Wolves in some shape, way, or form.
Those jerks.
The night ends, and the next day comes as Salem finds all of you at your house. And as you guys are eating your breakfast, he walks over to Zeph and goes, "It's good to see you in action. I think for killing 2 Cobalt Wolf generals, you'll have more use of this than I will." And he gives you the efficient quiver you can add to your inventory.
Oh boy, that sounds amazing. When he hands it to me, I'll just say, "Well, thank you. I'll let you know that I did track down the 3rd madness human, and I believe I found their point of origin. I can show you where it is."
Oh, that would be wonderful. Thank you dearly, Zeph. You're always something else. I mean, you were the only one that got out of that that squabble we got back there. You are truly talented, to say the least. Thank you.
Just a nod.
Yeah.
Acknowledgement.
Yep. Oh, I should definitely heal Salem, by the way. Salem got a full wet rest.
Nice.
He was. Both of them were at 1 hit point when you picked up Flama and Salem. At this point, Flama has all of his stuff packed up. He has his glimmer on, and he looks to the group and says, "Thank you so much for helping me out here. This is where we part ways. I have to go back on my journey, but I wish the absolute best to each and every one of you."
Where will you go?
I return to my master, where all who are lost are found.
That's cryptic.
It sounds like he could teach us a thing or two, though. Whereabouts is that?
Certainly, if you're ever up in the north sometime, if you go, there's my map. Oh, it's already up. Big one. If you go east of the Split Mountain Range into a forest and wander, you may find yourself, if once you're truly lost, where lost are found.
Thank you.
Certainly.
That's all. I'll contact you one day.
I look forward to it. Take care, dear comrades.
You as well.
As
Good luck on the road.
he waves a hand behind him as he leaves out the door, and Flama leaves Waterdeep. Anything else? All right. And Salem looks at you all. Let's,
level up.
as Salem goes, let's go find Xanderthar. That is where we will end today's session, and you all level up.
Yes!
You're all
Level are we now?
12. Everybody should be level 12 now.
So good.
Level 12.
12. Well, I got some decisions to make.
We
I'm
will,
different.
we will pick up in the Fanling crew, probably. Since you guys aren't going, right? You're not changing your minds on that?
Correct.
Then we can jump to the Fanling crew next week.
Yeah, because like yeah.
I didn't care what you did. No, it didn't matter.
Well, it would have been cool to go, but I think you guys are definitely right. Like we don't